Hello. Hi. I don't know what happened, but for some reason, half of the Dumb Feck Friday is in my other in my other setup. I don't know what happened. Like check it out. I didn't put this in here.
Hello.
Welcome back to Dumb Feck Friday.
And it is definitively not a Friday. I don't know what's going on. My crap's all over the place. I don't know what happened. I think it had something to do with me updating this, but that's okay. This is updated now. If you remember, thank you so much for joining us. Your name is featured. I greatly appreciate you. You're the best. Okay, let me turn on a noise gate. There we go. Let's get this shit turned on. Hey, yeah, oh, yo, there we go. Hey, yo, hey, yo, what up? There we go. Can you hear me, guys? Yeah, I got audio. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be rum and coke night tonight. Forgot. I don't think I'm going to be able to because I have some stuff to do at my mother's house. Oops. Whoopsie. Hi everybody. We got a bad case of the Mondays going on today. I watched this the other day, and I thought I would share it with you, but I'm gonna skip past all the boring shit that makes no sense for like the first little while of Erin just looking for weird excuses to think that like clearly not okay behavior is okay because Katie Joy said it was wrong or whatever. The fuck cares? Since we're talking about Erin, at least the dumb feck part is on point. Oh, that ain't wrong. You're not wrong. And I appreciate that. Lord Tebow Baggins. That's a great name. Alright, so, I don't know why this is all messed up, but hey, whatever, we're here. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I know I didn't give you guys a whole lot of, a let go, get ready time, and I'm sorry for that. Usually I schedule my stuff ahead of time, and I did not today, because I was busy this weekend with weird nonsense. So, are you prepared? I'm not. I'm not prepared. I'm not ready for this. I'm gonna need a whole nother bucket of this. I'm also out of alcohol. This is so sad. It's empty. Alright. I saw a video of two Vic Mignogna fans fighting. Yeah, I did see that, and I was very much like, what am I looking at? Is that what they were? What were they fighting about? I didn't understand what the plot was. It just looked like two people who don't know how to fight got in a slap fight for not really any reason, because I don't understand. I don't know, I didn't get it. I didn't understand what I was watching. Besides, like, just it looked like it was filmed at a high school. Like, maybe that's mean. I don't know. That's what it looked like to me. All right. Monday afternoon fuckery. Oh yeah, that's 100% what we're getting into. That is absolutely the shenanigans. Now I know things get like wacky because there's a there's a whole conversation here at the hour. Like, look at this. It's what the fuck? Oh god, she's still going. So we're gonna go through that, but let's get a little bit of the context here. I'm gonna jump forward because like it's mostly just her not reacting or pseudo reacting or talking about shit she doesn't really understand very well. So I'm gonna jump to like 30 minutes in. Let's go 30 minutes. Let's see. There we go. Katie talk about eating food on stream. Okay, I'm gonna skip Katie eating food on stream because I don't care about that. That's fine. I eat on stream too, mostly out of disrespect. If I'm watching somebody on a stream and I'm responding or reacting to what they're doing, if you catch me eating, if like I start eating, it's purely out of disrespect for the person I'm watching. Pure disrespect. No. uh Alright, let's go to here. Falling out, blah blah blah. Something about a headache, blah blah blah. A lot of misinformation. Okay, here we go. Let's start here. Let's see how it goes. Alright, let me know that you can actually hear this, because I don't know if this got messed up too, so we'll see.
Pity.
What did you say?
There were several things I went on. Well, first off, I want to say this. I waited because Bree was a bouncing koala. So it was a unique experience. But while she was live, she was driving and ordering McDonald's. And even two of the ladies on the panel were like, Bree, are you getting McDonald's? She's like, no, I'm not. But I heard the door, and then she takes her change and then puts it in that change box. And I'm like, Bree. I didn't say anything to like around that, but in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're on a live bouncing.
Who cares? I mean, so long as she's like using a hands-free device. Who cares?
Streaming and driving at the same time is notoriously dangerous. This is Katie Joy's stream where she had brought people on to talk about it, and Erin got irritated by it. It sounds really tinny. I don't know what the fuck Llama Girl used to record this, but it sounds like absolute trash garbage. If you're gonna steal somebody's content, at least do a better job. God, that sounds like shit. Don't stream and drive, even if you're using a hands-free device. It's too distracting. Don't stream and drive. There are like a handful of people that are very good at something like that, but it's not recommended. Like, there are exceptions, but probably don't. A good example is Veda streaming her driving on the way to court. Don't do that. Bad idea. Probably don't. I'm gonna keep skipping ahead because, like, this is so not who gives a shit. Like, it's so, like, mundane, them talking about Gypsy Rose or whatever. And it's like, okay, yeah, I get it.
Like I said, I'm not even on here.
Who got blocked?
I did.
Off what?
Off of Bree and Bree's live because of me stating that's not who Katie Joy represents. You know, false facts has got to, you know what I mean, to be a reason, you know. And I got blocked immediately.
Interesting. What did she saying I represent?
A false narrative that basically that when things get heated, you go to the other side. That's how I took it. She was all over. She wouldn't even let anybody really talk. She acted, and I'm just saying, how do you guys say that? For educational? She acted like she was amped, like too many, I don't know, energy drinks. I mean, she was amped. And she would even give some.
I don't know if you noticed, but Erin is playing this, but having an entire other conversation at the side if you're actually watching Erin. Like, I don't know. In this video, she complains that Katie Joy is, like, not paying attention to the people that are talking to her that she brought on. But if you look at Erin, look at this, I'll show you real quick. Hold on. Watch Erin. Just Erin, watch this shit.
You go to the other side. That's how I took it. She was all over. She wouldn't even let anybody really talk. She acted, and I'm just saying, how do you guys say that? For educational? She acted like she was amped, like too many, I don't know, energy drinks. I mean, she was amped. And she would even give Sir Morbid on his validation. He was actually being pretty cool.
What the fuck?
And she was ripping into him. She wasn't listening to anybody. It was her narrative and nothing else. But
Oh my gosh, look at all these corgis. Thank you, guys.
I'm just saying you could tell
Thanks,
she needs to lay off the rock stars or something because she was out there. And then I'm going to leave. I really got excited.
What the fuck? And why do we care? Like, she talks about this shit like it's fucking news. Like, what are you on about? I don't understand. Oh my god, Katie Joy is having a conversation with her subscribers. Holy shit, look the fuck out. Whole half of the screen is fucking useless. Like nothing. This part is all nothing. This part is all nothing. Oh my god. This is content! What do you mean? Oh, wonderful. Also, by the way, yeah, why is Erin streaming outside? Ever since I psychoanalyzed her room that she streams from, she keeps trying to stream from anywhere but that room. It's very funny. I don't know why. Her face is so pink. You put some suntan lotion on, girl. You're gonna get skin cancer. What the fuck? Good lord.
Hearing your voice, because like I said, I'm not even kidding you. I've been following you on YouTube. But the one thing that really got me is that, and I'm a survivor, and if anybody was watching this live, how rude was that little shit when she said that murder basically was justified because of abuse.
The Gypsy Rose situation is very complicated. There's a lot to it, so yeah, people are gonna argue about that shit. Llama Girl works for hours stalking and stream recording people and putting ugly watermarks while begging for PayPal. It's hard work. I mean, I guess. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Are you gonna get to the point of what you're actually trying to cover?
And claim that I'm not credible. They would bring up things in my past. They would try to like use anything they could. They would say that I was just doing this for attention, that I was only out for fame. I knew that they would do all those things.
Well, you've never, to me, as I watched you over the
Boy, she's a clever one there. She predicted that she was going to hear all the same things that she's been hearing for years now.
Alright, I think I finally got to the point where Erin's actually gonna have things to say about this. Finally. So we'll put it at the beginning of this one. It takes her 45 minutes. There's actually, I shit you not, there's a whole thing that she watches in this. She starts watching one of the screen recordings, watches a chunk of it, and then is just like, oh wait, I don't care about that.
doing what you're doing. And I mean that. And hopefully sooner or later, Gypsy.
That was completely out of control.
I feel that Bree's making an ass, that's just educational, however you guys say it, but she's making an ass of herself. And anybody, I always tell people that it's like, you
Do you think the person who keeps saying that is just educational means they're saying it like it's just their opinion? Like they're saying that it's just allegedly? Is that the word they're looking for? Not educational? I don't know. What the fuck?
You remember Jim Jones? He led all those people to such lies. And to me, it's almost like an occult following. They're, following. They don't want to follow the truth. They, I mean, they don't want the facts. They're right out there. I mean, you and some other top creators have got it out there, but they seem not want to listen, and now you're going to get these young people out there. They're going to think that this is okay. We're setting a precedent that it's going to be okay. Gypsy did it, got away with it, and that's not okay. And I'm just going to say that's not okay.
No, it's not.
First of all,
you guys already made me hit my goal. You guys are so.
That is the most asinine thing I think I've ever heard. No one is sitting around sitting there thinking, "Oh, that girl got away with killing her mom. I'm gonna go do that now." First of all. Second of all, she did 9 years in prison. That's not getting away with it. You can argue and sit there and say that she got a lenient sentence, whatever. Sure, whatever. But she didn't get away with it. She got 9 years. 10 years, I think, but she served 9, whatever.
Alright, so maybe I'm misunderstanding what Katie Joy and her followers are talking about here. They're talking about Gypsy Rose. They're complaining about Gypsy Rose becoming or attempting to become an influencer. Right? That's their basic complaint. They're like, if she was using her power or her notoriety for something useful instead of what they believe is a grift, they wouldn't really have a problem with it. However, Erin is not listening and doesn't understand what their complaint is and thinks when they say getting away with it, they're talking about the murder, not the grift after the murder. Right? They're complaining and saying that people are granting leniency to Gypsy due to abuse and her situation, which is she is then weaponizing to take advantage of people for money. That's what the complaint is. If you want to make commentary, then maybe make commentary. Yeah, she was trying to say precedence. Yes. If you're gonna again, these are complicated and difficult conversations to have. If you want to try and sit around and justify someone unaliving another person, you can have that conversation. It is difficult and you have to tend to speak in hypotheticals, but like moral philosophy is sticky and uncomfortable for a lot of people because you can kind of justify anything. You just have to create an extreme enough situation. And it's just, at some point it gets so far off in the weeds that it's outside of reality. But Erin is commenting on a video she's not watching. Isn't there a term for that? Oh, you mean bitch made? No, Erin is not watching, not listening, but the video is in fact playing. I don't have the live stream, like the chat turned on because you want to bring up the word asinine. If anything's asinine, it's Erin's side chat. Some of these people actually believe she will influence people to off their parents. The anti-gypsy community can be intense. I do not doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. Anytime there is like an individual who's done something awful, who has come back in the limelight, you're going to get people who will go to that extreme, right? The anti-Katie Joy community thinks she's like literal Satan. So like it does not surprise me that the anti-gypsy community has like a pocket inside of it, like a niche inside of it that's just like, oh no, she's actually the devil. She's gonna convince young girls to unalive their parents. If you're going to be a commentator, you're going to be a good one and do a good job about it, then that's the thing you need to be commenting on. That's the thing you need to be talking about. That's the thing you need to be exposing. If you want, whether you're pro or anti-gypsy, because if you do not police your own and you do not, like, keep tabs on, like, the more extreme side of whatever situation you're commentating on, you are going to end up enabling that, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. So, Erin's just going to say, Erin's not actually commenting and understanding the complaints or the situation, right? Erin is sitting here being like, I just hate Katie Joy, so I'm just here to say whatever Katie Joy says is wrong. Even though she's not actually talking about what Katie Joy is saying. She's not even talking about that.
They're so sweet.
But thank you. I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing and keep your beautiful chin up there, girl. You're doing it. And if nobody
when it comes to like separating myself from them, it took a while because I know how they respond and I know how they treat people that speak out. And I knew that they would start going low and attack me.
Katie Joy is now talking about a mix of like a lot of different people who have been against her over the years. She's not expressly talking about the company and only the company. She's mixed in with like the 7M people and the Gypsy people. Like she's talking about like anybody that she's had to move away from due to whatever reason she has it.
And claim that I'm not credible. They would bring up things in my past. They would try to like use anything they could. They would say that I was just doing this for attention, that I was only out for fame. I knew that they would do all those things.
Well, you've never, to me, as I watched you over the
boy, she's a clever one there. She predicted that she was going to hear all the same things that she's been hearing for years now. How did she crack that code, I wonder?
years. You've been credible. You've got integrity. I was also on the bandwagon when you were supporting Gypsy. And I was kind of like, what are you doing, Katie? You know, when you switched. But then when it all came out, when that whole puzzle came out, the reason you did it, I understood. So integrity. And that's who you've always been. Integrity.
Yes, it was very, she was oozing with integrity. the entire time for years, according to her, that she overlooked the whole fact that Gypsy offed her mom, for 5 years or whatever.
Erin, that's not what integrity is. Integrity isn't being correct all the time, right? Integrity is realizing when you are wrong and correcting it and changing your information or changing your tune, as it were, if you were wrong about something. That's what gives somebody integrity. Just being correct all the time, like having a vetting process and having and being upfront and as transparent as possible in areas where it's necessary to be as transparent as possible. That's what gives somebody integrity. Correcting themselves, being like, ah, shit, I was wrong about that, this, and this. I got the incorrect information. Here's the correct information. Here's why I got incorrect information, and here's what I'm doing to go forward. Like it or not, Katie Joy changes how she's covered, well, maybe not how, but changes her position on a story on a semi-regular basis. That's something that I at least have seen is consistent, but she does so in a way that satisfies her audience, for the most part. If you want to go ahead and call that grifting off of drama audiences and like picking up people from this side and then grifting to the other side to pick up people on that side and then grifting onto something else, sure, but show that then. If that's what you're saying, if that's what your argument is. And this is, again, we're back to the problem. You need to understand. You can't earn integrity if you're never wrong. Exactly, Mr. Sears. 100% right. But yes, of course, Erin does not understand what integrity is, and trying to present it this way is absurd. It's absurd. Nobody is right all of the time, whether you're doing commentary or whether it's in your day-to-day life. The way you earn integrity is by action and behavior, not just like how you handle something and how clear you are and how earnest you are about correcting that thing. Yes, correcting yourself. It's something Erin that's never done. Actually, that's a really good point. Erin has not corrected herself. She's been shown and proven wrong and wrong and wrong about blatant, aggressive accusations she's made for years. And instead of correcting herself and being like, you know what, I was wrong. Here's why I was wrong. I'm going to make sure that I try not to be wrong about something like that in the future. I'm sorry to the people I was wrong to, and I'll be making sure that I never repeat this again, and correcting anybody I see putting forth this incorrect information that I put forward. Instead of doing that, she, doubles down. She's like, well, actually, there's GoFundMe has a singular ticket for every single donation instead of every single account complaint, which is insane. That's not how anything works, literally ever. It's the same thing with, like, Ranelle and nonsense, right? Same problem. Ranelle didn't correct herself. She just said, well, if you're not actually Katie Joy, you're just working for her. Which is not a correction, not an apology, and not how integrity works. If you're wrong about just something, just be wrong. But the problem is these people just every time, they spin this in their head, and they just jump into it with both feet because they don't actually do any of the work you would need that informs integrity, like actually talking to people and interacting like a normal human being and finding out the information that is publicly available that you could obtain. From having those conversations. For example, like Erin and I were in a Twitter DM when all the stuff, like a group DM, when all the stuff with Steve went down. She went live supporting Steve while blowing smoke up my ass in DMs, but never actually asked me about anything that had happened or what had gone on. Which is hilarious, because this is the group of people who's just like, oh, well, people should just be able to talk to each other and just, resolve issues, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I've invited Erin on multiple times, like, she can show up, she can be here. It's only gonna be really embarrassing, like, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like anybody I talk about or have had any like lengthy discussions on, or where I'm talking about their behavior, I leave a door open. That's like, if you want to talk to me, we can have a chat. We can talk about this. I think Puck wants inside. Puck, do you want inside? All right, I'll go get the dog. I'll be back in 1 second. Excuse me. Yeah, there we go. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, hey, Kathy. How you doing? I heard it was your birthday. Happy birthday! Aaron, Elveda, and Nikki, these people have the same integrity level as the average flirf and young earth creationist. And half the time, those two are combined. Oh, yeah. Just wait. Just wait. This is gonna get better.
And she helped try to sell anyways the lies of the family as she put.
I'm sorry, she's really quiet, isn't she? So, volume warning. Erin's volume control. What's the word I'm looking for? Max, whatever. Her volumes are not put together well. So, like, she's really quiet, and the video she's listening to is really loud. So, I turned her up a little bit, but when she hits play again, it's gonna get obnoxious.
Puts it or whatever. You know, when she was just too, I don't know, too preoccupied, maybe to bother to be less naive about situations, you know, especially considering that she's someone that people turn to for information. Thankfully, they don't turn to her for information about anything, you know, really important, because boy, would we all be fucked, right?
It's drama so that no one says she's saying the same 5 things over and over. Anyone that follows Brie, yeah, anyone that follows me gets blocked. Oh, I got some people that want to come up.
Yeah, but next seeing you, go ahead and kick me to the curb. I'm gonna just hang out.
Okay, thanks for coming up, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Katie. Hey, I hope school was good.
Just go in. All right. It's going all right. Well, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just trying to like figure out. I don't know. Brie's been acting really wild the last few days.
What's
I've
happening?
never seen anyone live stream for such long periods of time as she does.
Because they have no life. That's why.
Exactly, they don't. And Katie, one thing.
Do you not keep track of what you do with your days and nights? I feel like, seriously, I just went backwards, and I feel like just hearing that just now, it reminded me of one of the shorts that I uploaded today, where the Chesh is like, who are these flying monkeys? Where are these flying monkeys? And it's like, do you not watch your own streams? Like, really?
Been really wild the last few days.
What's
I've
happening?
never seen anyone live stream for such long periods of time as she does.
Because they have no life. That's why.
Exactly, they don't. And Katie, one thing I have to say is my husband kind of went through the same thing that you're going through right now. We had a house that we had bought with some people, and they were using him just like Gypsy was using you. And when he was figuring out and he was getting through it, and they finally...
Erin's looking at her phone. And like the thing is okay, yeah, I mean most streamers do other things. Sorry, don't mind that sound in the background. That's just my kettle. most streamers will do things sometimes, like check their phones, check notifications, post something out, yada 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 while they're live, right? Like, that's a thing that happens. Sometimes Manya and I will walk away during a stream. Sometimes I just walk away in general because I'm just done with whatever the fuck's happening. I'm just like, get me out. We're done here. However, the issue I take with Erin when Erin does this is Erin's barely paying attention in the first place. Let alone trying to fight. Yeah, it's a bad. Listen, we're back at the company. We're back on Monday morning. We've got a bad case of the Mondays. Oh, good lord. I'm so glad I skipped, like, nearly the first hour of this video, because it's so fucking dumb.
It was like, he was over it, and they let him go. They started spreading his name out like wildfire. Yeah. The same thing. And you have to, when you realize it's a little too late, they're going to say your name, and they're going to say things to defame you, and do things to go up against you. But one thing you never do is bow down. You know who you are as a person, and we can all see.
You realize she settled, like, the majority of her lawsuits, right? She said, like, she settled with Patty, she settled with Tad Chrisley. So, I mean, yeah, she bows down. She bows down. She kisses the ring the whole night. I mean,
and here we have a very considerably large problem, right? Were you guys able to hear what she said? She said that Katie Joy bows down, and Katie Joy kisses the ring, and Katie Joy, like, backs down because she has settled her lawsuits. The fact that Erin and this group of people think that the court system is a competition like that, that's not what the court system is. That's not how it works. And it tells me exactly why you guys are having so much problems in your cases thus far. This is absurd. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Courts are for resolution. So if you can resolve the issue outside of court, then that is not backing down. That's a win for everybody. And please keep in mind that any kind of resolution, any kind of settlement is a negotiation. Any kind of settlement is a negotiation. So because it's a negotiation, that's not you just backing down. That is you deciding what you want out of the agreement to resolve the situation and what they want, and you come to a compromise. The fact that these people fucking think that settling in court and compromising is loss and failure, it's not. That's not what that is. That's, depending on what you get, you might view that as a win. Right? Oh no, it's tea. It's a tea kettle. Manya sent it to me when mine broke like 2 years ago. But no, I don't drink very much coffee, so I don't have a coffee machine in here. You know what I also have in here? Wanna check this out? Compromise is a solution. Right, exactly. And depending on how well you negotiate, it could be very much a win or very much a loss. Right? They certainly never said Steve. Yeah, Steve came to a settlement agreement with Katie Joy, right? That was the NDA that they had for 2 years. And as soon as those 2 years up, Steve lost his fucking mind. Right? Steve tried to negotiate with me, demanded extrication. I presented him with an extrication agreement to begin the negotiations, and he stonewalled, refused to negotiate. So there was no negotiation. Steve failed to negotiate. So not being able to negotiate is a failure. It's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of immaturity. It's a sign of emotional patheticness. I don't know. Quirky, 100% batshittery. Rez said Erin and the rest of these chuckle fucks believe the system. Oh, sorry, hold on. Believe the system. Erin and the rest of these chuckle fucks believe that systems like economy and the court system are non-zero sum games. Yeah, a little bit. Of course you would have that. You just need a kitchen sink. Yeah, I know, right? I got a bathroom sink down the hall. That's the closest I got right now. I want to get a mini fridge in here. You can't negotiate with women. They're not people like us. I know, right? The instant money was mentioned, Steve Blocken ran away. Oh, yeah. Ellie says they just can't cope with the fact that both sides came to agreement. Yes, this is an adult thing of compromise and agreement. I know, right? So, like, it shows me exactly why they are failing so hard, or it appears that they are failing so hard in their TRO-RO situations, right? They're viewing it as a tit for tat. They're viewing it as a YouTube video, like a YouTube spat. And it's like, it's bizarre. It's strange. Like, I was on the stand and they were trying to argue with me. And I'm like, that's not how this works. They had the opportunity to ask me anything. And they just did. They did not take advantage of that. It was very strange. And so, like, I think I got a better idea. Like, if they view settling, they view compromising with someone as a failure or as a loss in the court system, which is meant for resolution, then these people will settle they'll settle for nothing less than abject failure. Right? That they're like, they refuse to compromise or take it out if they could, so they just rather run themselves into the ground. It's one of those, this is a weird hill to die on, but okay. Like, I don't, it's so bizarre. It's so strange. It's childish. It's immature. It's very, very silly. That's not how things work, Erin. That's not what the court system is there for. This isn't, most of, if I'm not mistaken, none of Katie's court cases either are criminal. They've all been civil. Harvey Birdman. Let's go.
Who you are. You don't have to hide it. You don't have to do anything. We see who you are. And as long as we see who you are, and you see who you are, and you know who you are, you don't have to let that girl, that person, that schmurder.
Well, she does kind of have to hide it, because all the videos and streams that she did on those parties, she had to take down. They're gone. So they're hidden, effectively. So she does have to hide it.
Get to you, because your fault.
As part of a legal contest and negotiation, she agrees to take something down because that's part of what the other party wants. That's not Katie Joy taking things down. What about the videos Steve's taken down? What about, does that count? Is that hiding? What about Renelle? What about Nicole, Erin? What about Veda? No? What about any of those videos? It's so strange. It's so strange. It doesn't make any sense. I don't, it's baffling to me. Ellie says they actually believe that being obstinate and sticking to their beliefs or narrative is a good way to live. Why? It's so toxic and it makes them act like it's a war and they get worse every week. I mean, that's an interesting point, because it's like, when you have integrity, what you tend to do is you stick to your principles, not to your actions. Your action could be good or bad, or could go along with or against your principle, because we're human. And so it's not like we have a principle and we're stuck to it forever, or we have a principle and all of our actions will always align with that principle. That's not how it works. But to do that, to be an individual who does have strong integrity and sticks to their principles, you have to define what those principles are in the first place. And as Erin has told us, she's not so good at philosophizing, which tells me that she probably doesn't know how to define whatever principles she thinks she has. And even when she sets forth a standard or a principle, she breaks it immediately whenever it's convenient for her, or she thinks it will work against Katie Joy. She doesn't stick to her word. She takes money from people without providing them the service that they're paying for. By her own admission, she's committing contempt of court left, right, and center. She made a video trying to say that she wasn't in contempt by showing how she was in contempt. Like, it doesn't... She's not a good person. Rennell is not a good person. Down the rabbit hole at bedtime is not a good person. They're lying liars who lie. And at this point, I think what their behavior is predatory. They're trying to grab and look for anybody who has had some kind of falling out with Katie Joy, and they're trying to take advantage of that person's emotional state, whether they're upset, whether they're angry, whether they're hurt by whatever Katie Joy has said or done, and they're trying to bring them into their fold using questionable tactics and turning whatever feelings they have into a toxic hatred to get them onto their bandwagon. So for what? Clout? Money? Notoriety on the internet? So they can... For their LARP. It's for their LARP. So they can pretend that they're people who are doing something that matters and that they're helping people by making other people be toxic pieces of shit that wouldn't have been toxic otherwise. They're encouraging people to go against their stated principles.
Following the law. You're doing right. You're following your things, and you don't have any consequences to serve. You're doing what you do because you're doing good, and evil likes to bother good, and God doesn't like ugly. Just remember that. God doesn't like ugly, and she's ugly on the inside, outside, left, and right, and you don't have to worry about that. That's the same.
Oh, did she just say God doesn't like ugly? Wasn't that the name of the album by Atmosphere that had this song on it that Katie believes was written for her?
From what I recall of what Erin has presented about this situation she's referencing, Katie didn't say their song was written for her. She said the song was written about her. Those are different things, but maybe there was somewhere else Katie Joy said something slightly different. But who cares? That's a very silly thing to try to latch onto. Should we be starting a GoFundMe for a new set of own mittens? No, you're fine. I do have these though. These are gonna be my new facepalm protection. So when we get ready, so like they're soft mittens. So that way when I facepalm, I have like the protection is in my hands.
I don't know. It's kind of ironic.
That's the same thing my husband was going through, and it's taken him maybe 2 or 3 years now to get rid of those people from his life. And it will come to a point where you will just leave them alone, and they will just hopefully leave you alone, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's what I have to say, because when you're good and you're happy, they want to take you and use your good energy and move you and use you and abuse you until you can't anymore.
Right.
That's true. Yeah. So imagine you might be.
I'm hearing Katie Joy agree with this person, and from my recollection of what Katie Joy used to be like, Katie Joy would have argued with that person. She would have said that, no, these people, you're wrong, these people won't go away, these people won't stop, it doesn't matter, you're wrong, you don't know what you're talking about. And Katie just didn't do that. So, props to her, I guess.
Be going through lawsuits, you might be going through all this stuff right now, but you're gonna come out the winner, and they're gonna come out the loser, because they're fighting fire with God and with good. And I don't know if you believe in God or spirits or whatever you believe in, but
no, I'm an atheist, but I do live like under the presumption that like you get out.
I don't know who that chick is, but I hope she's okay.
Oh, you get back what you give, right?
Right.
So, I mean, I want to be clear, like, I don't care if people talk shit about me. I know that that's part of what my job's about. And I report on topics, and I cover cases, and I cover shows, and I cover celebrities. And so I know that there's going to be people that talk, and I know that part of that means I'm going to deal with unfortunate, annoying things in my personal life, like I'm currently dealing with. And I know that people are going to do things to harass me. I know all of those things. I rarely ever address them. I don't discuss it because it's not important. Like it's not relevant to my job, right? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense for me to be like, yeah, so this is going on in my personal life today, you know?
She will drop anything and everything she's covering just so she can do a live stream and a video about how she's now the world's ultimate victim in the situation and how and why it is and who she thinks is responsible for it, because it's always them, it's always the trolls, it's always the group or the Reddit, or now it's 7M. She doesn't need to talk about it.
No, because
Okay, again, this is where Erin falls flat here. There is a discussion to be had about what you do and do not expect, and whether or not it's fair or not to expect those things. When you do YouTube, when you're a celebrity, like, is it fair for tabloids to exist and treat celebrities like they're fucking zoo animals? No, and there's a conversation to be had about, like, reporting and integrity about those things and what is and is not harassment. Which is kind of interesting when Erin says, oh, she's always, like, quick to name everybody. But then they were complaining that Katie would tell everybody who it was that was sending these emails. So I guess that's not exactly what Katie Joy does. There's also a missing of the track here, a crossing of the streams, as it were. Personal life. Erin is mixing together what is personal life and what is Katie's job, right? If Katie is getting emails talking about unaliving her kid, that's personal life. If Gypsy Rose did something shitty to Katie, that's job, because that's what she's talking about. That's the topic. That's what's going on. And that's actually good for Katie Joy's channel, because it puts drama and inserts her into the scenario in a way that maybe not every other content creator talking about this would be inserted, right? So it gives that's, if I'm not mistaken from what I've heard from other people that do watch Katie Joy, because I did ask that. I asked for people who do follow Katie Joy to tell me why you enjoy Katie and what, like, you like about her. I asked the same thing of people who follow Erin. None of them have taken me up on the offer. Not a single person who, like, follows Erin decided to, let me know why and what they enjoy about her. I wonder why. But Erin is conflating what is Katie Joy's personal life and what is Katie Joy's job, because it's convenient for her to conflate those things. Right? Erin has, like, the pea-brain idea that if you aren't, whatever's happening here is the only thing that's going on for that person, because that's the only thing that they can latch onto, right? They have to assume, right? And on top of that, it doesn't benefit them to think that other people have lives and do things. It also doesn't benefit them to understand that not everybody is like them. Yeah, I got them for facepalm protection. We were talking about getting new oven mitts for facepalm protection, and I whipped these out. I had them sitting off to the side here. I was like, oh, hell yeah! Now when I smash my head, it's soft. Wink. I'm sure there's no foreshadowing, and nothing will come of this.
Because my job isn't about my personal life.
No, you just make your job personal.
No, that was correct.
There's part 2, there's part 3. Yeah, I haven't heard part 3 yet. Wait, where's, okay, there it is.
I could just, it's a different scenario. It might be a different story. My husband is the same way. He doesn't care, like, what people say about him, because you know who he is, and you know that your job is your job. And what you're doing is you're doing the right thing. You're exposing things that people don't see, that people don't know about, and they're getting mad at that because you're exposing them. And yes, people are not seeing that because they're not doing their own research. Like, others are doing their research and they're not doing, and there's people out there who are not doing their research. One time I posted a comment under Gypsy's photo of her image that she made, like, Photoshop of herself with her cheeks not being.
So I just ventured over to comments. AC-X wrote, funny. Miss Journalist was dragging Barbara's methods, considering Barbara actually has a journalism background, and double confirmed things like you're supposed to. Of course.
Haha, Erin, very funny. Not having sources, and very funny. Haha, never double checking anything. Aha, very funny. Teehee. Don't start asking for donos for Red Bull and vape juice. I will do my best. I will try my best. I will ask for donos for tea and on a weed?
Not being white enough, like she has a very round forehead or face or whatever you want to call it. And I know she photoshopped it. Me being a makeup artist, I called her out on it. She tried to pin my comment on her page and try to have her people try to bully me. And when I came back at her, I honestly showed off to all those people on my story what I was talking about, and then everybody left because they don't know the research, they don't know what they're talking about. She's a lying scammer. So,
She is.
So now she's really dirty, a dirty human being, and she needs to be put in her place. And I know all of the information is alleged and all that, but seeing who she is, seeing her live, seeing how she's taking money from people, seeing how people support her, and seeing how she is, like, just looking at her and reading between the lines, it's mind-boggling.
I think that's an aspect of this whole story that bothers me is that, you know, her mom and her spent how many years grifting off the public and defrauding charities and defrauding people and lying and faking things to get free things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like she's faking that she didn't do what she did to her mom to become famous. And she wants people to think that she's a good person and that she wasn't really involved. It was all Nick.
It wasn't all Nick. It was her too, because she had to plan the whole thing. She manipulated that.
Oh, yeah, of course she did.
I mean, I wouldn't say poor Nick, but she manipulated him.
There's only text messages of it.
Right, but Nick is just as bad as she is, but at the same time, she manipulated someone who.
You'll notice that Erin is looking at her tablet now because this conversation that she's not definitely listening to is beyond her ability to engage. It's too difficult. It's too complicated of a conversation to have about who's responsible for what and to what degree and what way does somebody who's been abused is able to make decisions about their scenarios, yada, 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 yada. It is complicated. It's difficult. It takes work and effort and education. There's reading between the lines and then there's making stuff up. Exactly. Right? All these things are more complicated than Erin can deal with, which is why she's just shut down and she's stopped. Because Erin's not a commentary channel. Erin's not an educational channel. She's not translating anything. What Erin is doing is gossiping with her friends, but doing it in a public space on the internet. And her friends are toxic assholes. She's basically the mean girl lunch table. But she's doing it for everybody to see. And then doesn't like that other people don't like the mean girl lunch table because they're the popular girls. But they're not. Nobody likes you. Oh my god. There's a reason why your little group is stuck in your little group and can't really get rid of anybody and can't really bring anybody new in. Because you suck and nobody likes you. Antisocial as fuck, dude.
Like I said, she's manipulating the whole public. She's manipulating 10 people, 10,000 people, 10 million people on her page and more because of her Instagram account. And they're all feeling sorry for her. She's posting pictures with them. She's doing all these things. And she is, and her little bestie is out here causing problems because she doesn't like what they're saying about them. But
oh, sorry, I saw a question about JLR and this lawsuit with Unirock. From my understanding, it has been dropped to be refiled. They want to change something about the filing and what they're charging him with. So they're letting one of them they're letting the initial one roll over, and then they're planning on bringing it back with something else. From what I know, it has not been refiled yet, and that's just the last I saw. I haven't been following it super close, so I've only been kind of tertiarily aware of what's been going on, because I mean, maybe I should look into it if that's something you guys are interested in. I mean, at least my commentary on it would be better than Erin's. Let me know if you guys want me to take a look at it, and I will do that, but holy fuck, she's taking this long to say absolutely fucking nothing at 2 times speed. Yeah.
just to let you know, she's allowed to voice her opinion, but everybody else on the internet who is coming after her, who's showing her in her life, she can't hold herself accountable, they're not allowed to speak up. But she's the only one allowed to.
That's how she is, though. It's only her point of view that matters. Only her story, only her narrative.
Right, but she's on social media, though. Why is she on social media in the first place?
She shouldn't be.
Her thing that started her off this way is because she was on social media, manipulating people in the first place. And then, on top of that, she's trying to get everybody to shut up by doing other things.
All right, Erin's not going to comment on this, so I'm going to comment on this. If you want a controversial figure to be a certain way, because again, I think I mentioned this earlier, it sounds like their main complaint that they're having right now, Katie and her friends or viewers here are having, is that they don't like that Gypsy Rose is being relatively successful online because they believe she is manipulating people and grifting them for money. Right? If they're saying also that they wouldn't be annoyed in the same way if Gypsy wasn't using the money to enrich herself and wasn't manipulating people to enrich herself, but instead was doing activist work. So what they're offering is an alternative or an example as to be like, well, it's not just because we hate Gypsy, it's because of X, Y, and Z reasons, and if she was behaving in this way, we wouldn't have an issue. There's a couple problems with this. One, realistically, it's up to Gypsy to behave however she did her time. Do the crime, do the time. Do you, dear viewer, believe that she is a threat? Do you, dear viewer, believe that she has done her time for whatever crime she did? Is she allowed to exist as a regular person? Sad thing about this, a little bit about the answer to this, is that she's well known enough that she's too public. And so because Gypsy is so public, she doesn't get to have a normal life. And that's due to your tabloid media social thing. So Gypsy's making money off of it. She's not obligated to be an activist. She's not obligated to do anything for anybody else really at all. So there's not really an issue you can take with that without sounding like an asshole. On the other hand, if you believe she is grifting and you think she's emotionally manipulating people, etc., 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 which is the exact same thing that like Erin and crew say about Katie, then you need to show it. Now maybe they have, and this is just a conversation that they're having after the facts are already out there, and that's a thing that's going on. But Erin is presenting this with none of that context, and Llama Girl is presenting it with none of that context, and so it all falls flat on its face because it's a whole lot of like, what are we supposed to? What? A lot of people don't think Gypsy should be allowed on social media while on parole. She uses social media to plan her crime, but she is allowed. So I understand the complaint, but what are you gonna do about it? Like, what's the why? Why is that she used social media to plan a prior crime, therefore she should never be allowed on social media again? After she's done, again, we're back to do the crime, do the time. Should she ever be allowed to X, Y, and Z? I mean, I personally don't think the company should be allowed on social media because they utilize social media to to do harassment, right? So that like the social media is a tool in that harassment, right? So if you think, and none of them have done any time for any of this. So I think that they should be removed from the platform for breaking terms of service and for weaponizing and misusing the platform. Now, in Gypsy's case, she's done the time. So does she get a chance? And yeah, you can be upset about the court decision and this, that, or the other thing, and that's fine. I'm not gonna pick on you for having that conversation. I think it's a difficult conversation. I think that the conversation should probably be had by removing Gypsy from the conversation and say, okay, well, if a person does X, Y, and Z, should X, Y, and Z? And in what case is X, Y, and Z? And a lot of the times, these types of conversations, again, we spin into modal ethics and blah, 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 blah. But I thought since Erin, this was going over Erin's head, I would give you something to chew on. I don't have any definitive stance, by the way, on the Gypsy Rose situation. I just don't know enough about it to have a definitive stance. I'm just speaking in generalities.
Things. And she can't, and then we can't speak. We can't speak, but she can. So she's basically having people release stuff about me so that I will stop talking.
I'm just gonna pause for a second. I'm gonna go up here and read what this one's about. Could you before reports of all right, I'm gonna jump up to that one because I don't really even care to hear what the other chick's talking about. I'm sorry, I don't. I feel like I have like a little bit of time left here before work, so I want to just hear what I want to hear.
Oh man, something that could be an interesting, complicated discussion that could actually be had and made commentary about. Better skip that shit and get the fuck out of here.
She put on her bio. Yeah, so that I don't believe her. And if people are looking at her profile and they're reading through things that she's saying, they would have been so much smarter. But she's gonna fall one day. And when she that would have happened, I feel like not like now, but like she would have come out and did something. She would have spoke out about it. If something was really wrong with her, she would have been actually helping children and helping people and not being online, changing her profile status to influencer and author and whatever else she put on her bio. Yeah, so that I don't believe her. And if people
there's one thing I do take issue with when it comes to Gypsy or other people's shit that they give to Gypsy. Like, she doesn't owe it anything to anyone. She doesn't have to do things to make other people feel better about her not being in prison anymore. Any obligations she has are between her and the state parole board. That's it. I mean, I get that maybe people would like to have seen her do this, that, and the other thing. And sure, there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing, and go, by all means, give your opinion. But I mean, it's like people really want to people want to get her thrown back in jail because she's not advocating. Like, that's crazy.
People are looking at her profile and they're reading through.
See, what did I tell you? Erin doesn't understand the nuance of the complaint. The complaint isn't that she's just not doing what they want her to do, it's that they believe she is grifting and manipulating people for money. And it wouldn't bother them if she was getting money for a good reason or working on a good cause, as opposed to trying to become trying to use what was a horrific crime and what she is known for as a bounce off board to become an internet celebrity. That's what people are complaining about. And if you don't understand the nuance of that complaint and what that means and what it doesn't mean, because it can mean some things, can mean not. This is her mantra. No one owes anyone anything except when she decides someone does. She doesn't think she lives in society is so strange. Yeah, that's a good point. Erin definitely regularly says, well, nobody owes anybody anything, but constantly demands shit from people like Manya, constantly demands things from Katie, constantly demands things from people like me, constantly demands things from, like, anybody she thinks, like, anybody who's critical of her suddenly owes her the fucking world. Right? Erin is criticizing them picking apart Gypsy in the same way her and her friends pick apart Katie. Yes. Absolutely. The irony is just like, I'm gone. We launched into fucking space. Can we just rebrand billionaires as influence so the normies start getting bored with wanting to get rid of them? Get on board with wanting to get rid of them? Yeah, maybe. I mean, some of them are, right?
Things that she's saying, they would have been so much smarter. But she's gonna fall one day. And when she falls,
Ghost said she influenced my morning dump.
she influenced.
And not even that, karma's going to get you everything back tenfold.
Yeah. And I'm sorry for whoever, like.
See, this is what drives me nuts. And here's where I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off. Whatever, I'm due. But like the way Katie, especially, the way her in these panels come for Gypsy is targeted. It's too much. It's vindictive. It's
Erin! Erin, no! Don't do it! Looks like you guys called it before she got there. Erin! Stop! It's you! It's you! Hello! McFly! The call is coming from inside the house. It's targeted. It's vindictive. Yeah, is it? Wait, do you recognize that? Is that... Huh? No?
It's vitriolic. It's just full of hate. It's bullying. And here's where I stand on this. If you don't think it's right to treat someone else like that, then it's not right to treat anyone like that. Yeah, I know.
So Erin, if you don't think it's all right for you and your friends to treat, or for them to treat Gypsy like that, then it's not okay for you and your friends to treat Katie like that. Or you and your friends to do what you did to Charla. Or what you and your friends tried to do to Manya. Or what you and your friends have tried to do to anybody else. Now or in the future. Wow. Wow. There's a lot of repeats searching for words. Yeah. Somebody send this bitch a thesaurus.
Gypsy has a very, fucked up past or whatever. She's done fucked up things. No doubt about that. But that doesn't mean that she's no longer worthy of not being bullied, or she's no longer worthy of you yourself. And by you, I mean the general you. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy to.
I'm sorry, I gotta do this. I have to. I can't not. I need to. We gotta do this. I'm sorry. I hate to do it to you, but we gotta do this. We need this. Okay, yes, go on.
Very, fucked up past or whatever. She's done fucked up things. No doubt about that. But that doesn't mean that she's no longer worthy of not being bullied, or she's no longer worthy of you yourself. And by you, I mean the general you. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy to choose not to be that ugly. You don't have to be nice to her. You don't have to support her. You don't have to like her. But if you're going to sit here like Katie's been doing stream after stream for months now, this is months she's been coming after this, months after this chick. That's too much, in my opinion. Give an opinion or whatever. Talk about some of the new shit she did. Yeah, I get that. Whatever. She's a public figure. She's got to expect that people are going to talk about her. But Katie's trying to push her. And I just don't see how you really want someone to be reformed if you're doing everything you can to ensure that they behave in a manner that is the opposite of reformed. I don't know. There's something really ugly about this I don't like.
I don't know. There's something really ugly about this I don't like, she said completely unironically, talking about herself. Hey, Erin, do you think the reason you don't like it so much and it's rubbing you the wrong way so much is because it's you? It's you? That's the thing that you do? Maybe it's given too much. Is it hitting too close to home, dumbass? It didn't show on screen, so I'm gonna read it out loud. Stina Marie said, Gypsy only schmurdered her mother. It's not like she has bad eyebrows like Katie. Oh, I'm fucking dead, dude. Erin! Jingle the keys! What are you doing? Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Unreal.
This guy is unfucking believable.
Unreal. You can't just do that. You can't. You are not worthy. So dramatic.
Harmed you in any way, Katie. I came in and I don't know, I came in like mid-sentence to what you were saying. But I'm sorry if someone tried to hurt you or try to harm your reputation in any way. And I know they're doing it, but if somebody else is doing it, their karma, the universe is gonna come back. And it's gonna come back 10, 100 times fold on them.
A child, that's going to be bad. You don't talk about children, innocent children. No.
Basically what's happening is that there's a group of creators that don't like me and they file
So I noticed the chat here. Kay says, hey, thanks for your comment. I'll check out the videos. I replied and just want to let you know the person who made that meme isn't her. I've had encounters with them myself in the past. See, I don't, so the meme that Case is talking about is the Photoshop meme with the dog or whatever that we talked about the other day. I don't think Bree made it. And I say that for one reason and one reason only. I don't know Bree. I don't know anything about anyone over there. So it's nothing like.
We're doing it again. I'm sorry. We got to do it again. We just Erin, listen to yourself for fuck's sakes. Like, I understand you're not going to listen to me, but please, for the love of God, listen to the words you say. Listen here, right here. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is 1 hour in. 1 hour, 1 minute. Listen very carefully. I'm gonna slow it down for you. We're gonna turn the playback speed down. Listen to the words very carefully.
The dog or whatever that we talked about the other day. I don't think Bree made it. And I say that for one reason and one reason only. I don't know Bree. I don't know anything about anyone over there. So
I don't think Bree did this for one reason and one reason only. I don't know Bree and know anything about anyone over there. The end. That's it. You don't know. You don't know them. You don't know their shit. But you've made up in your head and come to fucking opinions and conclusions. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Everything you say after this is meaningless. You took your own opinion and you just threw it out the fucking window because it means nothing. You've just explained why nothing you say after this point matters. And I'm not saying this to say that you shouldn't have an opinion. What I'm saying is you're doing a live stream and you're bad at this. You've completely taken the whole point of anything you say for the rest of this amount of time and just told everybody that literally doesn't matter and you're just making shit up. Delete your fucking channel, you fucking goddamn embarrassment. Go away! Get out! You don't deserve a platform.
it's nothing like that. That's not why I say I don't think it's her. I don't think it's her because Katie was so adamant to blame her when, according to Katie's explanation at that time, she knew nothing about this. She had still yet to see it. But she knew exactly that it had to be Bree. It fucking had to be Bree. Like, it wasn't Gypsy. It was Bree. Like, the fact that, for that fact alone, I don't think it was Steve?
Did Steve do it? So you just explained why every decision you make and every conclusion you come to, Erin, is based off of what Katie Joy did and how Katie Joy did it. A woman you've never spoken to, never been in the same room with, and have only ever seen whatever Katie decides to put out online. Is Erin still breaking the court's TROs? Yes, all of her stuff is still up and she's still been talking about stuff. And arguably she's breaking a third TRO now with Veda's TRO because Erin's been putting out information about Katie and Erin's TRO. I don't know if she has an RO yet. She certainly has at least one TRO and contempt charges. I don't know if she has a full RO yet or not. Go on, Erin.
I don't know who was. I really strongly suspect it was
Third party harassment, maybe.
And also too, because the post that or whatever, in the screenshot, the account that was behind posting this meme or whatever, it was made to look like it's Gypsy Rose's official account.
By the way, if you watch this prior stream that she's referencing, the first thing that Erin said was, Gypsy posted this, and Katie was the one who said, I don't think that's Gypsy, that's just made to look like Gypsy. I think it's Bree who did this thing. And then Katie was like, or then Erin was like, oh my god, why would Gypsy posted this thing about Katie Joy? And instead of correcting herself and that information, now she's just making up a whole different thing as if she didn't say that in that prior stream. Jack for 5 said, weird, huh? It's almost like Erin is Uni 2.0, projection level 100 times infinity.
In what world did Gypsy Rose ever bother to remember Katie's son's name? Come on now. Come on. She's not sitting there posting using Katie's son's name in it. I would bet pretty much most anything I have that Gypsy has no idea what Katie's son's name is. That's my opinion. But thank you, though. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, no, she blamed Brie. Oh, yeah. Yep. When she, so I forget who it was. Someone was up on her panel. We got, I think it was my last live stream.
You mean like you guys saying that like I work for Katie or Manya works for Katie or everybody who criticizes you at all just happens to work for this one person that you don't like because it's just a grand paranoid conspiracy? Something like that? Or like how you definitely know that nonsense is Katie Joy or how it's definitely this? Like those types of things? Stuff like that? No? Not like that at all? Sounds awfully familiar.
I played it or whatever. Someone came up and asked her if she had seen it or whatever, and she's like, what are you talking about? Like, she sounded all dire over the concept of somebody posted a dog. Like, and it's like she was already prepared for it. And so they told her what it was, and she did not get mad. She didn't get upset. She said, no, it wasn't Gypsy. No, it was Brie. Like, I think I just mimicked her like really, really well there, to be honest. So, but yeah.
Wow, thanks, Erin. Great commentary. That was as clear as mud. Good job. I know what she's talking about because I went through and did the work to figure out what the fuck she's talking about. And I'm just gonna give you guys the heads up. It doesn't fucking matter. It's nonsense that doesn't matter. It's fucking whatever. If you want to go find it, you can look at Erin's video before the stream from before this to figure it out. It's not that far into that video, but it doesn't matter. It's just nonsense. It's just whatever the fuck. And Erin's just making up whatever the fuck. Like I said, she already explained immediately, let the dog out of the bag, that everything she said after this point, she has no idea what she's talking about. Have they ever shown any links at all between you and Katie Joy Polson? It's all just conjecture, right? I think the only thing that they have ever shown that I'm working for Katie Joy is that Katie Joy came into my side chat one time and said, hey, bestie. BFFs or whatever. That's it. That's it. Yes, believe it or not, I do not have Katie Joy blocked because I don't fucking care. I don't have Erin blocked. I don't have Black Wolf blocked. None of them are blocked. They can all come into the side chat whenever they fucking damn well please. I think that's the only thing that they've ever shown that is like a connection. Hey Mark, how's it going?
But then after that, she posted a screenshot of some other account saying it was them. I forget who it was. What was the name on it? I think.
Oh, thank you, Rez. Thank you for alcohol or honestly whatever the fuck you want. Honestly, I don't care anymore. Oh, bless your heart. We've also got tomorrow and the day after will be more Project 2025 for anybody interested in like real content as opposed to our Bad case of the Mondays. Fucking people.
It was a Bobby or something. That Bobby was part of the name, I think. That's what she blamed it on next. Oh, I know. I gathered you didn't like Katie. That came across very well in your video. Yeah, the Hair for the Cloud podcast. That was very good. I liked that one.
She's talking to chat.
When I watched your video though, it wasn't anything that bothered me so much. It's that I just sat there and thought, son of a bitch. Here's another channel that she put on these waterworks or whatever for, and she's exploiting them, or she's manipulating them.
She's talking to Bobby and Gizmo.
I mean, not you personally, but just like channels all across the board. And who wouldn't see and hear what she had to say and think, oh my God, that's fucked up. I get it. I get it. Just I've seen it before. That's all. And I just wanted to reach out to you and just be like, listen, you might want to check out these videos so they really depict what it is I'm trying to explain here. And if you watch them, great.
So, we have an example that Erin is admitting to of reaching out to any channel that Katie Joy is interacting with, or that is talking about Katie in a not negative enough light, and sending and spamming them information and love bombing them to get them to get on board with their hate train. Exactly what Katie Joy accuses them of doing. That thing that earlier Erin said was inappropriate. Right? No? Yes? Sounds like a witch hunt? Does, doesn't it? Again, there's nothing wrong with making content that's critical of Katie Joy, but if you're going to do that, then make content that's critical of Katie Joy, for fuck's sakes. Then do that, and do it right. What you're doing isn't that. Stop pretending you're doing something you're not.
If not, okay, cool. So, that's all.
You're gonna make everybody else look bad.
Thanks for stopping in here, though. Let me know that you saw it. And thank you. Oh yeah, she's pulled some similar shit in the past. So for those who want to know, I shared with the case here. 2 videos. For granted, they're 2 videos I did, but one is of the brewery phone calls. The other is that I didn't create that account. Where her son was called the R word, and another one was Nene Marie's video.
So you sent the bunch of content of things Katie Joy did years ago, or kind of happened years ago, to try to say she's a bad person, and those are the ones you picked? Katie Joy saying she was being harassed, Katie Joy saying she was being harassed, and Katie Joy saying she was being harassed, instead of actually just presenting things that Katie Joy has actually done? Like, if you really want to go back, you could talk about, like, Amber Portwood. Or did you guys all forget that happened? No? Alright.
It's an old little, I think she did it like a year ago, but for some reason I just got tagged in it today. But that's why it was fresh on my mind. But it's like a 50, almost an hour-long video of all these examples of Katie Joy.
Oh my God, the stupid ass pride flag shit. That was so dumb.
Shielding herself with her son, basically. So I thought that those were good examples. Huh, you think she's too afraid of CC to attack her like she does other creators? I don't know. Maybe. You might be right. I wouldn't be surprised to see a situation where somebody else did that for her. Kind of like how she would employ Unirock at times. I wonder who the new Unirock's going to be. You know what? I already know. All right. Anyone want to take it back?
All right, here we go. And this is one of my issues. Listen, and Erin, I'm just gonna fix this for you. I'm sick of this shit. Hold on, I got you, girl. Hold up. Hold on, I got it. I'll fix it. It's fine. Hold up. Let me go a little bit smaller. There we go. We're just gonna do this. There we go. There you go. Isn't that better? We can actually see what she's fucking trying to do. And let's see. We have. Let's fix this. Subtitle options, font size, 50%, and then we can change the font type to, there's a smaller one we can use. I mean, I really do like Comic Sans. I think that's really very fucking funny. Can we get it, I can't get it any smaller than that. Alright, that's as good as you're gonna get. I guess we can make it a little bit better. Just... Look at all that extra space. Gross. No, I refuse. Alright, that's as good as it's gonna get. Oh well. Enjoy. Ready? You ready? Who's gonna make a CC video criticizing CC on behalf of Katie Joy, alright? Let's find out.
Huh, you think she's too afraid of CC to attack her like she does other creators? I don't know. Maybe. You know, you might be right. I wouldn't be surprised to see a situation where somebody else did that for her. Kind of like how she would employ Unirock at times. I wonder who the new Unirock's gonna be. You know what? I already know. All right. Anyone want to take a bet on this? I will bet. I will place money on this. I'm going to say it's Cheshire. I'm going to say Cheshire's Unirock. We should get her a bandana and fingerless gloves, right? Mm-hmm. We should though. And a chihuahua. If you know, you know.
Yeah, there's an old thing about, we're back to Erin laughing at animal abuse, because the situation with Unirock and the Chihuahua was that he tried to kick one because he was walking down the street and he got scared by it. So, here's the funny thing about this. I've already done 2 CC Suarez takedown videos. One was about her advertisers and the information that she's putting out with those advertisers, which is questionable at best. That was on Dumbfuck Friday with Manya. And I already did one where she's just fucking picking her nose for 5 minutes straight. So these videos have already happened. So she's making a bet on something that's happened already. I've already made 2. So she wants to take a bet about this thing that's happened, that the reason I've actually done these videos is on behalf of Katie Joy. So this is where things get amusing. Let's set this back here. Let's reset this. Yeah, look at all this dead fucking space. It's ridiculous. Yuck. Hate it. So I, in my infinite wisdom, posted a comment. As you can see, I watched the video 2 days ago. Aw, you guys zoomed in too. That's not supposed to happen. Oh well, chat, you're huge now for a minute. Oh, too bad. I'll see if I can do something about that real quick. If I make this taller and a little bit wider. Yeah, CC is CC Suarez being referred to. Who made a shitty video saying she didn't know who Erin was. Well, she had Erin on screen, which is really fucking funny. is very silly. There you guys go. That's a bit better. It's something. Okay, so I, of course, took the timestamp of when she made this bet, when she made this offer. And I said, I'll take you on the bet. How much? Because the person who's going to have the information is me. I'm going to know if I did or did not, right? She says, sure thing, Pete Rose. Pete Rose being a baseball player who was taking bets on games that he had control over to rig the bet. I said, not sounding too confident there, I'll start the offers then. $500 American. $500. Come on. Put it up. You got 500. I've got $500 to put up. Let's go. About who's working for whom. All right. I'm guessing the Pete Rose reference went over your head. Well, first off, was that a short joke? Everything goes over my head. I'm tiny. But I digress. The bet is regarding you. Your actions determine who wins the bet. There's nothing stopping you from manipulating the outcome to best serve you and win the bet. The ellipses. And then it just cuts off. There's nothing else. There's nothing else there. I don't know why. I don't know why that looks like that. I get... But here's the thing. Remember a minute ago when I said, I already made those videos? She's taking a bet on something that has already happened. Am I gonna time travel? Am I gonna go back in time to manipulate what I did or did not do? This thing has already happened. I can't manipulate the past. And I don't know if Erin is just too stupid to know that I already did those videos or not. Which is, you know, the quintessential necessity for betting and doing a good job at gambling like this is information. So she's just lost in the fucking sauce. Yeah, who can forget Cece picking her nose in the edited video? I know, right? So, I don't know if Erin just doesn't realize this or not. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Erin doesn't realize that I already made these videos? Like, do you think she's just stupid? Or do you think this is just her trying to renege on the bet? I think she's just trying to renege on the bet. In my opinion. You went over my helmet? Alright, you guys let me know what you think. I'm gonna take a quick break, and then we'll continue reading this. Okay, sorry about that. I really need to pee. Alright. Here's the thing, right? Remember when Rez said earlier that Erin is basically a young earth creationist or a flat earther? Flat earthers, one of the reasons I actually even posted this, like I even responded to what Erin said in her comment section to take that bet, is because I knew she was going to behave like a flat earther, and I wanted to make that point. So, good job falling for the bait, Erin. You fucking Goomba. Unfucking believable. She would never bet money on the dumb shit that falls out of her mouth. She'd be broke so fast. She's made 2 bets in this video alone, right? She made the bet that she would bet basically everything she owned about something to do with Katie. And then she said she would bet real money on that I'm making videos against CC Suarez on Katie Joy's behalf. Flurf and turf. So, like, immediately starts reneging because she has no fucking basis for that at all. And, like, you would think, right? You would think that she would at least have some kind of basis to be making that claim off of, even if, like, it hadn't happened yet, right? If it was something that hadn't happened, she would be right that I would be in control of the thing, but she doesn't want to spend, like, a handful of dollars to protect Cece from Big Bad Me working for Big Bad Katie Joy? I thought these people were heroes. Huh? No? Not worth it? Oh, God. On the other hand, yeah, like I said, this is something that already happened. And I'm not a time traveler, so I can't go back in time and not have the videos that are already out that are critical of CC Suarez. 2 of them that Erin is claiming I would be allegedly doing on behalf of Katie Joy. And because I'm the new Unirock with my fingerless gloves. And I'll put these back on. Don't you wish you could just huff paint and then just ramble dumb shit about internet people and make money off of videos as you produce in the process? What? No. This is some big flurf behavior, though. This is just like when Erin was like, oh, debate me. Debate me on the perjury you committed in court. What the fuck? Here's where Erin's credibility is kept. It's fucking nothing! See, this would be a time for Erin to show that thing called integrity that she was complaining about, right? She would present whatever evidence she had, which she doesn't have. You want me to do it for her? I know what the best argument against me, or at least, like, the best argument that that Erin could have that I'm doing anything on behalf of Katie Joy. I mean, I can do it for her. I know the answer. And it's all publicly available information, so Erin could go get this answer as well if she wanted to. Everyone's working for Katie Joy, though. She just can't prove it. She just knows. Manya came in and said, I don't know why people make bets they cannot follow through. Erin responded with, I don't know why people have to talk shit about others so passive-aggressively, but here we are. That's you, Erin. Manya isn't being passive here. This is being aggressive. She's not talking about you behind your back. She's talking about you directly to your face. She is calling you out directly in your comment section. That's not what passive-aggressive means. Oh, good lord. I just responded with Unga Bunga. And said, it seems you don't understand what the word passive means. Then somebody who's named a mouthful of seaman, like S-E-A-M, S-E-A, said at Erin, I don't know, and I don't know why this one's not tagged for whatever reason. I don't know why people still talk about someone when they have an RO/TRO against them, but that's not my problem. Ironically, Erin's comment was passive-aggressive. Yes! This is passive-aggressive. So funny. So funny. I laughed at that, because that's hilarious. And she said, then perhaps go and ask somebody with that problem. Erin, you made a video that said Charla's name more times than were minutes in the video. Well, she's under a protected order from you. And you're not even the only one doing this. It's so strange. It's so bizarre. Like, you know people think this about you. It's been shown. You made a video showing how you were in contempt. And then you were just justifying it. Justifying doesn't mean it didn't happen. That's tacitly admitting that it did. All of this is dodging that she put forward a bet about real life money that she does not want to fucking follow through on. Oh god, you're such a miserable bitch. I responded to, I think it's supposed to show more and it's not showing more. Hold on, let me refresh.
It's doxing? I don't know if it's actually.
Yeah, hold up. Oh, we went all the way back. That's okay. I knew where we were. I got the fucking timestamp because I timestamped her own fucking video for her. Sort by newest. There we go. There we go. So the process can't be trusted even if you could be. Yeah, blah blah blah. Here we go. So Mania said, "You're the one with that issue. You sent TRO paperwork to Chesh. It's ironic for you to criticize others for being passive-aggressive, considering how you handle criticism. I hope my stream reacting to your video clarified how GoFundMe tickets work, and that all campaigns, fraudulent or not, are covered by GoFundMe's giving guarantee. Do your research next time before making baseless claims and embarrassing yourself. I.e., have some integrity." Manya is literally explaining to you and giving you everything you could have possibly demanded from her, even though everyone owes nobody anything, which isn't how society works. We live in a society. We owe things to each other. There are social contracts and constructs, and those are things that exist so that way we can, get along and understand each other. It's just like saying, well, all words are made up. Yes, but we have agreed upon definitions, and they can have multiple definitions based on context, but those things are generally socially agreed on so we can communicate. Same thing. Same thing. Just like if you're going to make an accusation, you have to put forward the evidence of it. Erin, that is something that you owe to people, to your audience, because that is an expectation that you set and a standard that you put forward. And something that you criticize other people for not doing. So you owe yourself, your audience, the people that you're accusing of literal crime, evidence of those accusations. Dumbass. Dumas. I said, I don't think she realizes how much info has fallen out of her mouth between this stream and Renell's, since she said that she saw the paperwork before it was released. Yes, that she got from Veda, and by their logic, this would be third-party harassment. So in the stream that we covered last Monday, later on in that stream, Erin says that Veda had sent them the paperwork, meaning that Erin had it and Renell had it at the very least. Maybe Nikki Farron had it. And if that's the case, then they're all sharing this, and then they said it was third-party harassment to be that, like, talking about Veda or talking about criticizing them in any way, right? That's funny, Rez. So even if you don't count Erin's TRO, contempt hearing, and her attempts at harassing a witness, which is me, in a case against her, she's still fucking up regardless of how she squelches on the bet. Left, right, and center, girl. Left, right, and center. Manya says, they have told us so much I could write a novel. I'm enjoying how she's backing out of her own bet. Lamau, her attempts at Darvo are pathetic. Erin is very much a Darvo utilizer, I guess. Is anyone really surprised? No, not really. Here we go. I don't think you realize how you all failed. It's over. You failed to get me to talk about anything in time. I love this for you. I have no idea what the fuck she's talking about. One of the things that Manya and I have consistently said is, Erin, shut the fuck up. You guys keep giving out pieces of information. You need to fucking stop. Meanwhile, we don't need to get you to talk about anything, period. You do it by yourself. 2, in time for what? Darvo enthusiast. I like that. I like that. What are we supposed to be getting her to talk about or for, and in time for what? I have no idea. I could guess. I could speculate. I think she's talking about Steve's hearing in Kansas. But that implies, Erin, speaking of putting out information you don't mean to, that implies that your behavior is tied to Steve and his harassment of Charla in his case and yours, dumbass. So weird admission, I guess. Why would you admit that? Why would you admit that you're all a harassment group? Because that's what you're doing. And that Steve's harassment with Charla was directly related to you. Darvo specialist. That's a good one too. The In Time YouTube channel. That's a thing that I haven't seen in ages. Whatever happened to that? Who cares? Next question. Who cares? In time for what the fuck are you talking about? Are you taking your own bet or not? Erin, why are you running? My Bruda. Erin, why are you running? Are you taking your own bet, or are you going to weasel out of it? Eve North comes in and says, come on, Chesh, you know that this is all just a performance for her audience to preserve the grift. Erin is actually the one grifting, maybe. Her goal is to simply weaponize Katie hate against critics to ensure none of her followers listen to you. Well, you know. Plus, as an added bonus, when she gets pwned with facts and evidence, she doesn't lose to a YouTuber with under 4K subs, or which would be me, or even Manya at that point, or a grandmother without a channel at all. Oh no, she was defeated by the evil Katie Joy and her employees. Yes. So basically, when Erin inevitably gets embarrassed by people with less numbers, she can blame it on Katie Joy and be a victim, and then use that to perpetuate their hate machine, which makes them money. What a ploy. Erin probably. I'm a dick. Erin says to Manya, of course, I'm not going to make the bet with the only person who has total control of the outcome of the bet. I am not a time traveler. That's idiotic. No one takes that bet under that circumstance. No one takes that bet under that circumstance. The likelihood of corruption is exactly why players can't bet on their own performance, something I thought I made reference to when calling Chesh Pete Rose, but I guess that one went over her head. It did not. OMG, you two are so desperate for cash. You don't even care how your efforts make you look. Do I need to pull up your GoFundMe about tornado chasing because you're so interested in weather? That's why you talk about weather all the time on your channel? No, you don't. Or do we need to talk about Rennell and Katie Parker's GoFundMe for their legal costs against Katie Joy? I mean Charla, I mean Katie Joy. Chesh would have the smallest strike zone. I would, it's true. Yeah, Rez is apparently making a video over the weekend, and I don't know what's in it, and I am looking forward to finding out. I imagine it's going to be fucking hilarious. I also imagine it's going to be savage as shit and not for the faint of heart, but, you know, that's just a guess. Speculation. Stop trying to squeeze money out of me, Manya. It's because Manya offered Erin a service for a cost, but apparently providing a service in exchange for money is a foreign concept to Erin. She thinks she just deserves to have money for existing, which is why she doesn't actually follow through on her membership rewards, right? I told you no before, I'll continue to do so. Thank you, though, for this laugh. It's a perfect ending to an amazing weekend. Cheers. I can't believe how... She goes on again in response to Eve. I can't believe how many of you sad accounts are so angered that you all have to try and take me on. Chesh, YouTube commentator, Time Lord. Yeah, right? It was me. I'm actually the doctor. I have been the whole time. I'm also Unirock, and I'm also Katie Joy, and I'm also Kathy P and Nonsense. I'm just a lot of people, alright? I'm basically a super villain. It's fine. Was there some bad news this weekend that went around to piss you all off so much? Bad news that went around this weekend. What could you be referring to, Erin? I haven't had any bad news. So let's think about it for a second. What does Erin think would be bad news? Is that Veda's TRO? Is that what you're talking about? That fucking joke? Sure. Bad news. It's very bad news for me that two people I don't care about are fighting. Whatever shall I do? Manya responds and said, "Oh, so you make a habit of challenging others to bets and then backing out. Shows a real lack of integrity. You seem to enjoy being the center of attention, don't you? Chesh has a smaller channel than you, and all of your friends combined, yet you're playing the victim, especially after everything you've done in the past year? Manya's got a good point. I'm basically one YouTuber versus like 8 at this point. 9 maybe at this point. I'm not exactly a big YouTuber. I'm a tiny person. She has no integrity. Erin responds, I definitely make it a habit, much more than I make it a habit walking into setups for corruption in a bet. I can't time travel, Erin. Why is she stuck on this? She thinks like this is the one way she gets out of the bet, and she's just making herself look like a fucking idiot because she doesn't know what she's talking about. Unreal. That's how Goblin Queens roll in the Shire. Hell yeah, let's go. This is unfucking believable. Okay, do you guys actually think... Okay, I know this is her trying to get out of the bet that she put forward, right? Because she doesn't want to actually back up anything she has to say, right? Because she could, instead of just deny, she could come up with an alternative and say, listen, I'm not willing to make the bet with Chesh, but I'll make it with Manya. Or I'm not willing to make the bet with Chesh, but I'll make it with somebody else, right? She's not actually willing to engage in the bet that she instigated. But her reasoning is so fucking bad because she's too stupid. She either doesn't know that I already made the videos that she's talking about, meaning I can't corrupt the bet of a thing that already happened, or she just doesn't even know these videos exist, which is equally as funny and makes her equally as fucking stupid. I'm more suspecting the former, because she pays a lot of attention to what everybody, Manya and I, are up to, particularly when it's a result to Katie Joy or talks about her in some way, or you know what I mean. Only an idiot would have expected that bet to happen. Then why did you propose it? Again, this is so flat Earth. This is so flat Earth. Most people don't need this explained to them. I guess you're not like most. Most people don't think other people are fucking time travelers. Goddamn moron. She makes a bet on a thing that's already happened, then doesn't want to follow through on the bet that she proposed about somebody who was part of the thing that already happened and would have the information that she needs, because she thinks I'm going to manipulate the outcome of the bet of the thing that already happened. Only an idiot would expect her to have integrity to follow through on the bet. Boom! Exactly. Nobody thought that. Everybody immediately was like, oh, she's gonna renege on that one for sure. Erin thinks I'm a time traveler. That's where we're at right now. What have I done the past year? You're playing the victim, especially after everything you've done in the past year? What have I done in the past year? Accuse me falsely of fraud and more to other individuals. Yeah, Erin, what have you been up to this past year? Gee, I don't fucking know. Was Steve swatted? Did you make the call, Erin? Was it you? Were you actually the one that called the police on Steve? Was that all a setup? Was that all a set? Because, I mean, you guys already tried to set up Charlotte with false crimes in California, in the California court system. You tried to frame her. Did you fake the police call too? Was that you? How do we know it wasn't? Can you prove you didn't do it? Anybody can make up any fucking bullshit. It wasn't fucking Erin. I don't think it was fucking Erin. That's stupid. But if I wanted to put forward a theory, I could say, well, she's already admitted to calling breweries and police stations and faking things to get in people's DMs and to frame people and lie about people. So, I mean, it would be in line with her behavior, wouldn't it? Take you on, quote. Oh, I like how she gets critical comment. She gets a critical comment in her comment section, and then it's all these accounts trying to take her on. Take you on. Oh no, you've got me all wrong. It's the internet. I'm just observing a train wreck. You may be projecting. I mean, I'm not the one in various online groups or following someone across all social media platforms trying to get 1,000 followers to live stream to get the word out to protect blah, 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 blah. It wouldn't be far-fetched. Oh, weird. It's almost like when you come up with a theory or you come up with a hypothesis or like a little bit of a conspiracy, you need to put something else with it, not just say it. To make it believable, or to make you sound like you fucking know what you're talking about. I don't think that's true, by the way. That was just a hypothetical example. That's what, quote, take you on looks like. Obsessive and cringe as fuck. But you do you, Erin. Like I said, I'm just observing. It's fascinating watching people online continue to shoot themselves in the foot. It's very interesting seeing Erin being like, oh, everybody's allowed to have your opinions, but not only if I say your opinion is okay. Free speech. God, you just keep stepping on that rake. She thinks I control the bet because she thinks I can time travel. In this context she presented in the video, she's talking about she's talking about already happened. So stupid, so goofy. You notice she didn't answer that. By the way. You all are here talking shit about me in my comment section. Oh, I thought we were being passive aggressive. And what do you mean? I just challenged you to a bet and then said you were dumb. You're talking shit about me in my comment section. Oh no, critical comments in the YouTube comment section. Wee woo, call the police. Dude, this bitch could not handle. The comment section is only for agreeing me. Not the other way around. I stand by what I said. No, you don't. If you did, you'd take the bet. If you stand by what you said, you would take the bet. Maybe bring a few more with you next time. Seriously, though, I could use the engagement. Then take the bet. Do it, coward. Because all you did was back out of an imaginary conflict. Stop talking about me. And then, yes, and Rez, you're absolutely right. She's mad that people came in to talk about her talking about them. Don't make claims you can't back up. We should have done a commentary of the movie SWAT for no reason right after it happened for Patreon. That would have been funny.
Actually, I don't know what.
Oh, sorry. I gotta jump us ahead here. Oh, of course we got the regulars in here. Boop. There we go.
I'm gonna say Cheshire's Unirock.
Uh-huh.
We should get her a bandana and fingerless gloves, right? Mm-hmm. We should though, and a chihuahua. If you know, you know.
I have a dog, by the way, Erin. I'm sure you're aware of this. I already have a dog. And getting me a chihuahua if I'm Unirock would be putting that dog in danger. So, tee-hee, we're back to Erin thinking casual animal abuse is funny. So I just wanted to remind everybody of that one. Yeah, animal abuse isn't cool. Not funny, Erin. Stop laughing at animals being harmed, you creep. Disgusting asshole. Fuck you. That's gross. Animal abuse is bad. Okay. I don't know how to make that more clear. Dick.
Really? The R word is still used in medical terminology? That's crazy. Huh. Okay. All right. I'm going to go. I want to finish this clip out, and then I might have to end this stream because I think I might actually have something to eat here before I go, and I have to be to work in a half an hour.
She does not.
Harassing me, and they contact the police, and they do all this stuff so that they can get police reports to report on about me. So they're basically creating fake stories to create content. So they file a police report for nonsense, and then they pull the report.
Did I hear this year? Is she saying that people report her to the police just so that a police report would be like created or whatever, and then we can then go back and request the police report for content? Okay, I'll take the drink for now. I'll eat in a minute. Thank you. That is some crazy shit. That is some crazy shit. Like, the reports aren't even that interesting, really.
The reports aren't even that interesting. Did you notice that she didn't deny doing that? That she just said that the reports that aren't interesting? If the reports aren't interesting, why do you keep covering them over and over and over again? You're just saying you're admitting you're making bad, shitty, boring content. Also really weird to just throw incredulity at something with no fucking reasoning or even actual denial in there. Also, when Katie is talking about this group of people, she's talking about a wide berth of people, not just members of the company, by the way.
Like, well, how much content can you get out of, I don't know, actually, the only one who gets content out of it is her. She's the one who gets all the content out of it. She'll do like 5 to 10 streams over like one stupid phone call over something ridiculous. So
it's Katie Joy's fault that people make make reports about her and then make content out of the reports because, and Katie's actually the one that benefits from you harassing her. And so, if that's the case, then why are you doing it? If Katie Joy actually benefits off of you, why are you doing it? Also, blame the victim much? Because that's what this is. Fucking what? Fucking what? Again, back to whether, like, Katie Joy doesn't matter in what we're talking about, by the way. It doesn't matter if it's Katie Joy or if it's somebody else. Take the name Katie Joy out of it. And it really doesn't matter that it's Erin. It really doesn't matter that it's Steve. And it really doesn't matter that it's whoever, Renelle. The behavior is what's wrong. You can be incredulous and not believe that Katie Joy is actually a victim of X, Y, and Z. That's fine. That's a different conversation than what Erin is saying. Erin's not saying Katie Joy's not a victim because these things, that Katie Joy is lying about these things and these things haven't happened. She's tacitly admitting that these things happen and that she might be involved in them, and that she doesn't actually benefit from the thing that she's doing, which is reading the same reports over and over and over again, and that those reports are actually boring. But the person who's actually truly benefiting off of what Erin is doing is Katie Joy, thus blaming Katie Joy for the whole thing. Yeah, but honestly, isn't she just calling herself dumb for falling for the stuff that Katie Joy is putting out there? Yeah, she called herself dumb in the comment section too. I don't know if you noticed, like 3 or 4 times. Lord Tebow says, does she not understand how the internet works? If I make a video about a topic, views are going to flock to that topic. It's not rocket science. It's really not. Correct. I'm pretty sure Erin has, like, no technological understanding of what the internet is, either conceptually or, like, in reality, and also doesn't really have any, like, mechanical understanding, and I'm convinced she thinks live streaming and StreamYard is basically magic. Like, I don't think she could sit here and describe what happens when you stream. Like, I don't think she has that kind of knowledge.
If she's basing whoever makes content on whoever's behind it, well, then once again, she's telling on herself.
Or, huh?
So perjury?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So they created something that can hold them accountable and you could press charges on. And
they're like weaponizing the police department and the court system so that they can create stories, and they're wasting resources. It's so annoying.
Katie, I know you're
No, be like, oh no, that's not happening. No, like, criticism on that one. Nothing? No? So, you acknowledge that this is a thing that's been happening? That people are weaponizing the court system against Katie Joy and others because they're working for Katie Joy? No? Nothing, Erin? No comment about Veda's fallacious TRO and retaliatory TRO? No comment on Steve's attempted retaliatory TRO that he dropped after he claimed he was going to show all of this evidence in court that he never did? No? Nothing? You're just gonna let that one hang there? Okay. Oh, by the way, there was a second retaliatory TRO from Veda, by the way. There were 2 of them. That was the second one that's recently reared its ugly head.
like the strongest person because it doesn't get to you and it doesn't.
Oh, it's been a rough couple weeks. I'll say that much, but
yeah. I'm really sorry, Katie. Go ahead. Sorry.
It doesn't get to her because she's behind it. Allegedly, in my opinion. It is my.
Katie Joy is behind Veda filing fallacious retaliatory TROs against her. Katie Joy's behind being sent death threats about her kid and her family. Katie's behind it? Really? Katie's behind it so much that Katie got the police and the FBI involved in the court system. Oh, and how? You're going to talk about how that's the case? Probably not.
My opinion. It is. It's a damn good opinion.
I want to say Katie's so respectful, so for them to treat her like this, if anything,
Erin, what makes something a good opinion, do you think?
Katie says it's facts because she's known them for 5+ years, right? And the fact that they're going this low shows their character. That's not okay. Like,
Oh yeah. I mean, Christy, they knew about the lawsuits. It's like to act like they didn't know is ridiculous because all the lawsuits happened when I was friends with them. And they knew when every one of them settled or was thrown out. So to act like they think it's legitimate is ridiculous. It's just a way for them to try to like go into the narrative.
They just try to twist what you have to say. You know what the funny part is that when you were saying about the allegations about her being on house surveillance,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like arrest, but house surveillance, they posted photos on Twitter and Instagram and all that. And right when you had that post that day, that's when they went and they posted those photos to prove that, to try to prove you wrong, which I was cracking up at that because if you know you're lying and you know you have something to hide, that's something.
Don't answer the riddle for her, Rez. You gotta let her do her own homework. She's never gonna learn otherwise. She's not gonna learn anyway. We know she can't read. Never mind, say whatever you want. We know she can't read. She'll never be able to figure out what you guys are saying in the side chat. As you can see from her trying to engage in the comment section, bitch can't read.
Something that you automatically would go and do to try to save yourself because you don't want to look like actually like you're doing something wrong. You want to make the other person look like they're doing something bad. So
Erin, I will give you $10 if you can pass a grade 10 literacy test. Even better, I'll mail you my Katie Joy, my Katie Joy long sleeve shirt. You have to do it on stream. Do a grade 10 literacy test on stream. That would be content. That would be entertaining. Come on, you're already saying that your content is shit. I'm giving you free shit here. Come on.
I found that completely hilarious. I was like, they really trying to come out here and get a Katie for no reason.
I mean, she has restrictions. She's on parole. I don't know why they would even argue with that.
Exactly. You have restrictions. You know what you're capable and what you're capable of not doing. Why are you always at home, like all the time?
Block that tea.
Right.
I mean, I'm home all the time.
She's on parole. She has restrictions. But why is she always at home all of the time? Do you hear yourself?
Parole isn't house arrest, Erin, you fucking Goomba. Do you hear yourself?
Seriously. I mean, I'm sure I don't think her restrictions are forcing her to stay at home all the time, but I mean,
and immediately rolls back and talks about how what she just said was fucking stupid. Erin. And why their criticism is right and legitimate. I mean, maybe it's none of their business, but that, like, she's putting her, welcome to putting your life out there for people to fucking talk about. That's what, like, reality TV shows are about, is people putting their fucking lives out there for people to, like, discuss and have, like, conversations about. That's all this is. What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure that she's restricted on some things that she can do. Is she not? I mean, that's the whole point of restrictions. And you're sitting there wondering, why the fuck is she living life so restrictively? Come on.
The time, but that's because I'm being stalked right now. So.
Well, I mean, not you, but like her.
You have responsibilities too.
She's always at home and doing her makeup. And one time she was on her live, and I saw this. I don't remember whose live. Oh wait, it was Nina's live, and Nina's put it on YouTube, and I saw it. She said she's getting ready for a date, but this time it was in the morning, and she was getting ready for a date that was out at nighttime. Do you get ready for a date in the middle of the morning to go out at night? I don't do that.
The top of this says, posted by Llama Girl on August 29th, 2024, says something at the top, and then it says, the rambling nonsense of someone that has mental health conditions or issues, and it was filed in retaliations, end quote, I hear bottles of pills at 1626. Llama girl, why are you posting? And like, there's nothing in this. This is just a group of people talking about a show that any group of people would talk about. In the exact same capacity, the way people like sit around and gossip about like, I don't know, 90 Day Fiancé, for example, right? Like, it's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing. Now, they're doing it live, admittedly, fine, and there are other parts of this stream that are problematic, but you're not focusing on that problematic parts to discuss. You're focusing on the whole whatever the fuck nonsense and treating it like it matters and like it's a big deal when it isn't. Sensationalizing, I believe, is the term.
I don't know of anybody who does do that, unless they got work to go to beforehand.
You know who does that? Someone who really just doesn't get out of it.
Yes, some people just take medications. Not everybody who takes medication is problematic. Anyway, sorry, what was Erin saying? Something that mattered? I doubt it.
You know who does that? Someone who really just doesn't get out of it much. Someone who is so excited to go out on a date that it's everything to them. I mean, like, I did that when I was like a teenager. You know, it's new. You know, it's exciting. You know, that's what you do. That's who does that.
Yeah, I don't.
The lies.
I've been married.
And where's the commentary part of what this? Because it's not commentary. It's not commentary. It's just splitting hairs and nitpicking people that she doesn't like.
Married for 14 years, so I don't know what that's like.
I've been married for 6 years, and I still don't do that, you know? Profiting off of her crimes. Yeah, she's profiting off of her crimes. And I mean, I wish they had a law to stop her from that. I wish her parole officer would just cut her like from the internet altogether. Like, just say, sorry, if you get on the internet one more time, you're going back. Sorry.
Why? Oh my God, this drives me nuts too. Also, why? So here's the thing: if she were actually being more of an advocate, at least to the satisfaction of other people, then they would be all for her being on the internet. But since she's not doing what they think she should be doing with the internet, she shouldn't be allowed to have the internet because she's actually making money too. And she shouldn't be.
That's not the criticism. They literally just spelt it out for you in that small clip. They believe she is profiting off of her crime. That's their issue. They wouldn't care if she was making money off of her crime via advocacy, but because she's not advocating and not helping anybody and she's just profiteering, that's what their criticism is. Can you fucking pay attention for 30 seconds? Can you listen to what people are actually saying for once instead of whatever the fuck translates in your head? I feel like you're almost in a position, Erin, where you have to say out loud the thing that somebody just said to you so we can actually verify that you heard what they said in the first place, let alone not the fucking whatever spin you took it as, because that's just not what they said. Again, there are things to criticize about this. There's a bigger and greater conversation to be had about the Gypsy Rose situation, and I think people should absolutely have that conversation. Do that. Go ahead. Whether I agree with you or not, it doesn't matter. Have that conversation. It's a valid and valuable conversation to have. Erin is just trying to shut down any conversation because it involves Katie Joy, because she's a cantankerous bitch. What was the word she used earlier? Vengeful, vindictive, hateful, targeted? Trying to push somebody?
Allowed to make money. No. This is like very. So, like, when the whole thing went out where Molly Golightly lost her channel,
Today, Junior?
I was saying leading up to that all these people reporting her, trying to mass report her over this, that, and the other thing, and whatever. I pointed out.
What were they trying to mass report her about that seems contextually important? Was she breaking terms of service? Was she being problematic? Was she harming people?
That if you support this being done to someone else, then you should know it's not if it'll be done to you. It's a matter of when it'll be done to you. And the same thing goes here. If you want to play like
that's just nonsense.
I don't know, like social media police on who can and can't have a platform, who can and can't have the same right.
You mean you and your friends bullying Charla off of even existing in side chats on YouTube? Trying to bully Manya away by accusing her of crimes she never committed? Trying to bully her off platforms? Unsuccessfully, mind you. Whether or not somebody successfully breaks into your house or not, the fact that they're trying is problematic. The fact that you guys tried to bully me off of the internet years ago, when I decided I didn't want to work with Steve anymore? Like that? How many other people have you guys bullied off? How many other people do we not know about? Or are we talking about, like, years ago when you were trying to get anti-vaxxers and you were reaching out to families who had children recently die to fearmonger them about how they were going to be attacked by anti-vaxxers by making a bunch of fake accounts and sneaking around in Facebook groups? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Erin. Yeah, I'm referencing the CNN article, Mandy. Yeah. Type in Erin Costello and CNN. It'll come up. She's near the bottom. I think they call her the infiltrator.
Is you, who can and can't have the same opportunities as you. If you want to police that, then you should just expect it to be policed against you too. And it won't be policed against you by your standards. It will be by other people's standards, and they will not match yours. So it's not a matter of if you'll lose your platform or whatever in the future. It'll be a matter of when. That's just how this goes.
Yeah. Okay.
So then why do you expect to be treated any differently than Katie Joy? Here you go. Oh, it's titled The Spy. Yeah. Here, I got it for you. Here you go. Check that article. I'll show it on screen for you guys. There you go. The Spy, Erin Costello, for a former bartender and current stay-at-home mom in Utica, New York. Is the Ron who texted the grieving mother in the Midwest warning her to expect more anti-vaxxer attacks. Costello is an administrator for the pro-vaccine Facebook page, What's the Harm? One of several vaccine advocates who set up so-called sock puppet or fake Facebook accounts and then joins the closed anti-vaxxer groups to spy on them. This article is from 2019. Correcting Katie Joy. That's the title of this video. Her new faithful soldiers. You know, people enjoying Katie Joy's content, engaging with her, doesn't mean that they're her soldiers, by the way, and your language says too much about the way you view people who support you. She just told on herself again that she's a creepy stalker pulling police reports just like they accused KJ of. Oh, the irony. Yeah, no, that like in this, she said that Katie is the one doing this thing, except she admitted to doing the thing.
Chesh.
And she's not even advocating, like getting online and telling younger children what not to do. She's making it where it would be different if she was advocating. Or giving back to different charities, even if other charities don't want.
I just said that. I just said, you know what? I bet if she was being more of an advocate, then.
Yes, Erin does hang out with anti-vaxxers now, by the way. She's got a bunch of anti-vaxxers in her following, in her supporters, in her side chats. Yeah, she's got Nazis in there. Renelle is a Nazi sympathizer. You've got people who think climate change is fake, etc., etc., etc. I've got another video that shows this, so.
People would be fine with her being on
a lot
the
of
internet.
racists.
What did she just say? That's what she just said, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anything to do with her. She can give back to other charities. She's not doing anything.
No,
she's not for how
the
long.
only thing she's doing is to benefit Gypsy.
She's advocating for herself.
Okay, she is, sure. Just like everyone else is doing on social media. Everyone else, and so even if you were, kind or whatever,
true.
and you do speak on behalf of other people, ultimately, it's social media. It's your place in social media. You're doing it for yourself, too. You are.
Not everybody. Not everybody who has a channel is advocating for themselves. Not everybody is an advocate. That's just wishy-washy version of those words that don't quite mean that necessarily. Shane, thank you so much. Gifted 5 memberships. Went to Crusher, Chanley, Max, My Unfinished Journey, and Auto Reject. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's you guys that keep this fucking shit going. You enjoy a lolcow. This is basically just lolcow Monday. Let's be real here. This fucking group is insane.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You should. This is where each and every one of us should.
Yeah, that's another one. They've got a lot of transphobia shit around in their community. Quite a bit of it. I did another video about this where I pointed out 2 explicit followers, Maya Nova and Katie is a Liar. I think I titled it like Conspiracy Idiots. So if you're curious, Moo Mondays. Motherfucker. I've been blessed. Elle Webby has blessed me this day with Moo Mondays. Motherfucker. Oh, no.
Our own little place of ourselves here out on social media and do what we want to do.
And y'all don't think that's.
I know I paused her midway, but she's basically, what she just said was that she should be allowed to do whatever she wants and say whatever she wants with 0 consequences and 0 criticism. And it's a one-way street. It doesn't apply to anybody else.
Wherever each and every one of us should carve our own little place of ourselves here out on social media and do what we want to do.
Then stay in your fucking lane, dipshit.
I think that's a little scary.
She's advocating for her pocketbook.
Yeah, her pocketbook, her bank account that she can't even have access to. Oh, they're using her money to build more pieces of her small little shack out in the bayou.
Yeah, I don't buy the, and I'm getting pretty tired of like all of her, this is my first time doing this, because girl, you literally were not held captive. You were not a hostage. You had a life. You're like, first time getting a pumpkin spice latte. How about you do a video called not my first time going to Disney, not my first time meeting a celebrity? Like, she acts like she was so deprived and she wasn't.
That's just, it's, I don't know. That. Hey, Katie,
Hey, look, another interesting conversation that you could have about a more advanced, more interesting topic about what does life feel like if you are an abused person in a situation like Gypsy Rose was in, and what that means for her life now and how she views it, and talking about the psychology of that, or what it's like to be in prison for X amount of time and then coming out and then X, Y, and Z, right? These are all interesting pieces of commentary and advocacy, or even just like conversation that people could be having about this situation that Katie Joy and her followers seem to be kind of skirting around without diving into too much, that Erin could be bringing up and talking about and saying, hey, maybe talking about it this way is disparaging, or maybe that she views it this way because it's like a new life for her. So it's like it's her new, like it's the first time for her for everything since she hasn't been under the thumb of either her growing up or her in prison. I'm just throwing out examples of what you could do, not like the conversation you could have, the conversation you could start, something that would be interesting and valuable to people. Chesh, before you close shop today, would you mind playing my short? It's provably and one and done. Maybe it would be at the end of the stream. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll play it. Yeah, why not? I'll see if I can find it.
Someone, me by the sea, is asking, "What are you advocating for?" And she said this a few times, so I think she wants to know what you're advocating for.
I didn't go to prison and come out saying I was an advocate. It's nothing about me. Stop gaslighting.
At least she's telling the truth.
Yeah, Katie follows by the rules,
Okay.
unlike some people who don't follow by the rules.
Look, Katie got a GWI before. Why is she not using all of her time on social media to advocate against drinking and driving? Why is she not doing that? I don't think she should be allowed in social media. Like, seriously.
So that thing that you said people shouldn't advocate for, you just got on a whole soapbox trying to be like that you had some kind of principles about people being allowed to do what you want. You're saying that Katie shouldn't be allowed on social media? I don't think you should be on social media, specifically because you abuse it, but I don't sit here and say everybody should be allowed to do what they want. No. I think that if you abuse a tool, you shouldn't be allowed to utilize that tool. If you can stab somebody with a fork, you shouldn't be allowed to use forks anymore. Period. No more forks for you. Suffer. Good luck eating whatever the fuck you need to try to eat with a fork. Learn how to use chopsticks, I guess. I don't fucking know. Not my problem. If you abuse a gun, if you abuse a hammer, if you abuse a chainsaw, if you abuse social media and harass people, which kills people, by the way, people die from harassment. That's a thing that happens. People unalive because they're getting cyberbullied. Douchebag.
No, I don't mean this seriously. I'm proving a point.
Smarter than mother. Actually, she doesn't think that she actually played a part in it, but she did. Manipulates people. She's a psychopath, and she can't recognize when she's doing something at all and what she's saying, or to keep up with what she's saying. So everything that she says, her story changes multiple times.
By the sea, who are you advocating? What are you doing besides being a troll in a chat?
So I'm looking at chat.
Yes, not everybody needs to be an advocate.
Veronica says, Jip can't advocate. I'm guessing means she wasn't abused, nor is she a victim of MBP. She has nothing to advocate for. So I disagree with you on the abuse thing. The MBP, I don't know. It's not my field. I'm not going to judge that. It's out of my reign or whatever. But I do absolutely believe she was abused. But you can differ. It's okay. We can agree to disagree. It's cool. So.
Honestly,
I wish Erin could advocate for being consistent. Really, Eve? Really? I mean, she'd be just about as an advocate for that as she would be with anybody else, where it's just like rules for thee, but not for me, where she's like, if only you were consistent. And then wouldn't be consistent herself. That's like everything that she fucking does.
Well, sorry, I just saw Sunny D member for 39 months. Yay, virtual. Hi.
When she first got out, but I thought what she was going to do was just try to be a role model, like get on YouTube, maybe advocate, like go different places. But I did not expect this at all. I thought she was going to do something completely different.
That's what the family told me.
Misty, when I first heard your theory, I thought
Misty is the one, is one of the, that's Misty Mo. Misty Mo's been around for a while and likes to, instigate, I think would be a good word for it.
No way. But it kind of like, it planted a seed, maybe you could say. I don't know. I don't know if I, fully agree with you, but I do think that your theory is absolutely possible. It may very well be correct. I don't know, but it could.
All right, so because Erin sucks at this, Misty said, I know I'm probably wrong, but I believe this is all still a stunt or PR. It's just strange, or it's true, Gypsy blocked Katie Joy, and now she's absolutely butthurt, so why not make money off her back? So she's saying that Gypsy and Katie are still friends with each other, and they're just faking having a falling out for money, I guess. But they also are, this is the same group of people that claim that Katie Joy burns every bridge and doesn't really have any friends in the first place. So your conspiracy doesn't make any sense if the other things you believe about her are true at the same time. So it's not like, later she says, I know my comments are random, but I'm cleaning. I'm no Gypsy fan, so I'm not getting into that because, yes, I do believe some parts of her story are true. What the fuck ever? Your shit makes no fucking sense because you're so goddamn inconsistent.
Could be. You know. So Misty says, I know I'm probably wrong, but I believe this is all still a stunt or PR. It's just strange. Or it's true, Gypsy blocked Katie, and now she's absolutely butthurt, so why not make money off her back? And I think it could be either one of those scenarios. I think it probably very likely is either one of those scenarios.
Or they legit just had a falling out, and and maybe Katie Joy had legitimate criticisms of Gypsy before. Regardless, you can be critical of your friends, and then sometimes friends have falling out, and then you talk about it, particularly when it's the job that Katie Joy talks about that she has. This is so stupid.
Oh, shoot, I keep hitting the wrong one.
Hey, she wasn't going to do that. She was going to advocate. She wasn't going to do this isn't what it was going to be.
You know, when I first found out that she wasn't actually truthful is when in her last part of prison confession, when she's sitting there trying to fake cry and say, I'm just your average bear. You average bear? You have a whole TV show. I don't have a TV show. If I had a TV show and you have a TV show and everybody had a TV show, they would.
Did you say I'm just your average bear? Like BEAR? That's weird.
Be average bears. But she is.
What do you mean that's weird? It's an idiom. It's been around for a long time. Have you never heard that idiom before? It's not like it's not like you're from another country. It's a North American idiom. More than just your average bear, Yogi Bear from Hanna-Barbera was around during your generation. What? Huh? Seriously, I'm pretty sure there's gotta be. Erin's gotta have some kind of memory issue. Like, come on.
Is not an average bear because she's on TV.
That's hilarious given her mod's former handle, right? Right?
She's making millions of dollars.
No, she's not making millions. I just want to be clear about that.
Okay, she's making lots of money that I don't have personally.
Well, you see, and that's where the problem lies. And I'm gonna talk here for a minute. I have to go. I have to be at work in 20 minutes. So I'll pick this up later, or probably not going to stream again until Saturday night, if not later. But my point is, what she was just saying there, that whoever that lady was, she was saying, she's making all this money that I don't have or whatever. And yeah, that can sting. I don't care who the person is making the money. It's going to sting maybe at times. You know what?
That's not the criticism, Erin. For fuck's sakes, the criticism is that she's trying to pretend or present herself as just an average, everyday to day person who killed their mom and went to jail and has a lot of money. It's the same criticism that people had about that even I had about fucking Amber Heard when she was trying to present herself as if anything that was happening to Amber Heard about being retaliatory for speaking out against abuse, quote unquote, could happen to anybody. And it's like, no, it literally can't. What's happening to you can't happen to the average person. It doesn't happen to the average individual because you and your situation is not average. You wrote an op-ed. Your situation isn't normal or to be expected or the standard of like an assault report or advocacy even. It's not what it looks like for the average person. So the criticism that these people have on Gypsy Rose is that Gypsy Rose is presenting herself as just the average bear. She's just a regular day-to-day person that has a regular, normal day-to-day life, when she definitively does not. Not only in her history, not only in her actions, not only in her day-to-day life, but just even the amount of income that she has puts her on a level that is not the average amount of money that people actually have, thus removing her from presenting herself in that way. That's the criticism. And if you actually understood what the criticism was, you might A, agree with it, or you might B, say, yeah, but for her, no, this is way too complicated for Erin, but the conversation you could have if you were more intelligent and had any kind of integrity and weren't a fucking moron, you could talk about how, yes, but no matter how much money you have, it only benefits you to a certain degree before it becomes a mental and emotional detriment. And when it becomes an emotional detriment, and when you move into that bracket of this level of people, you are now no longer at the average playing field, but you are average to all the other people in this bracket. You're just a bracket above people because America ostensibly has a class system for all intents and purposes, right? But that is getting into way more complicated and a more psychological breakdown, and still doesn't mean that you're relatable to the average working class, right? So it's the criticism still stands. Is it that big of a deal? Maybe, maybe not. If these people believe she's grifting money by saying she's average and lying when she isn't, or if you're talking about whether or not it's reasonable for her to call herself that as a way to be relatable when she's coming off as out of touch. Right? But that's way too complicated and nuanced of a conversation for somebody like Erin.
We all want money, and we all want to try and, think who's deserving of money or whatever. But the thing is, though, is the second you start trying to prevent anyone from making money, from having the same opportunities that you have, then you are shutting that down. You're shutting that off for yourself too.
No. This isn't a conversation about opportunities. What are you talking about? You think that killing somebody and then going to jail and then coming out to be an influencer is an opportunity everyone should have and gets? That's insane. What are you fucking talking about? You wacko? Can you fucking pay attention to the context of the conversation you're having? That makes no fucking sense at all. What the fuck?
Maybe not right away, but you're building the blocks to shut that off for yourself.
Damn, I really hate that I'm shutting off my opportunity to go to jail for unaliving somebody and then becoming a beauty influencer. Damn, shit, a social media influencer. What a... God. Damn. What was I thinking?
It's this weird mentality. Like, okay, so... everyone know the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Well, like when it's like the 90s, I think it was sometime in the 90s. This show came out and was like wicked popular for a while, and the producers of the show did this whole thing where they
Her Majesty makes a good point. Erin's assumptions about the world are seriously lacking in experience and context. It's fascinating / horrifying. Yeah, Erin tells you a lot about her mentality and how she views the world when she says nobody's doing this or everybody's doing that. When she presents things in that way with that cadence and that verbiage, she is actually describing the way she views things, not the way the world views things. She's not able to be objective like that. She doesn't have that kind of capability to compartmentalize concepts and ideas and emotions and thought processes or even individual situations. So anytime you hear Erin say the term or say the words along the lines of nobody is thinking this. Everybody is thinking this. It's just, that's what she thinks. That's just the way she thinks and what she believes is the case. So, if you want an accurate reading of like the way Erin views the world, that's how Erin views the world. And if you start putting those puzzle pieces together, yeah, it's kind of scary. It's kind of selfish. It's kind of, dare I say, entitled. She thinks she's special. The whole company think they're special. They think they're above the rules. They think they're above the law. They behave like they're above the court system. Yeah, nobody and everybody is doing that equals I'm not doing / am doing this. And pretty much every time she accuses somebody of doing something, it's a thing she's doing. Because a lot of the time when she's accusing somebody of doing something, she doesn't actually know what's going on, so she's filling in what she would do. So it's either something she's done, is doing, or is going to do. That's what that is. She's telling on herself. That's why she views the court system as a competition. Why settling and coming to a resolution or a compromise is considered a loss, or considered not winning, or considered backing down or bowing down, because compromising and communicating like adults through mediation is beyond Erin. It's beyond her. She's not capable. You think that she didn't at some point have an opportunity where she could have gotten herself out of any legal issues? She did. She was absolutely given that opportunity. Why? She got cease and desists. You can compromise on that. You can be like, okay, well, I will cease and desist and try and work this out. Easy. Done. No problem. But no, Erin can't do that. It's not possible. She doesn't have the capability. The question is do any of them? I don't think so. Every time you receive a cease and desist, that is an opportunity to negotiate. That is an opportunity to rectify or resolve whatever the issue is.
They put on the show in all these other countries throughout the world. Well, when the thing is though, is when they got to Russia, they ran into like this very unique problem. And mind you, this was 1990s, throughout the decade of the 90s Russia. So this is just not long after the fall of the Soviet Union. It's a very dark place
1991.
at the time. So,
1991 is the official fall of the Soviet Union date that's acknowledged.
The problem that they kept running into is when the contestant would use the ask the audience lifeline, the audience would overwhelmingly answer incorrectly. Like, not just the amount of times that they answered incorrectly, the amount of the audience that answered incorrectly. Like, this was like, they didn't run into this problem anywhere else in the world that they went to. So it got to the point there where they started asking the audience, like, why did you answer this? Did you know that that's wrong or whatever? Long story short, come to find out, the audience knew. They were purposely answering wrong because Russia at that time was such a dark and desolate place that they didn't want to see anyone else fare well.
Why are you laughing at the words dark and desolate? She has these scoffing laughs at the weirdest places. Like, you catch that? Like, it's so out of left field.
To the point there where they started asking the audience, like, why did you answer this? Did you know that that's wrong or whatever? Long story short, come to find out, the audience knew. They were purposely answering wrong because Russia at that time was such a dark and desolate place that they didn't want to see anyone else fare well. They wanted to, if they couldn't have it, they wanted to, fucking burn it all down with them, pretty much. That was the mentality. And I feel like there are...
But that didn't prevent them or stop them from getting any other opportunities, so it's not applicable to your example regardless.
A lot of places in our country where that's our mentality nowadays. For a while, probably even, that could be.
So then why are you going after Katie Joy for making money, asshole? What are you doing? Oh my god. And so what? America is in a contentious place at the moment. And what's your point? What the fuck does that have to do with Katie Joy? What the fuck does that have to do with what you're trying to get at, which is crabs in a bucket, which is you and your group? This analogy, this example, this isn't applicable. It doesn't apply. And even if it didn't, like, if it does apply, please tell Elmo how. She's trying. There's steam coming out of her fucking ears.
Be the case. But the thing is, so is the second you start fighting against something good for someone else, you are in fact fighting against yourself for this.
So how did giving the wrong answers in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in Russia in the 90s harm or prevent the people who were doing that in a negative way? Did Who Wants to Be a Millionaire leave Russia? Because if that was the case, then yeah, it removes the opportunity from everybody. But you didn't tell that part of the story. You haven't explained the part that wraps it into your example, into what you're talking about. For fuck's sakes. For fuck's sake, guys.
At some point down the road. I don't know. I'm going to get the fuck off myself. Soapbox now. Because I don't look good up here.
Okay. No, you don't look good up here. Correct. Oh my god. Say that louder for the people in the back. You do not look good up here. You're bad at this. Holy fucking shit.
For that same thing. At some point down the road. I don't know. I'm going to get the fuck off myself. Soapbox now. Because I don't look good up here.
She knows. Guys. She mumbled that while she was thinking about something else. That was real. She knows that she's not good at this. She knows that she does not look good on her soapbox. She knows that what she's doing doesn't make her look or sound intelligent or good. She knows. Erin, delete your channel. Delete your channel. A YouTube channel is a privilege, not a right. And you have abused the tool. You have abused your privilege. And it should be taken away from you. You don't deserve it. Delete your fucking channel. Have some integrity and delete your fucking channel. Or take me up on my bet. You can take up the bet for $500. And then, after that one's completed, we can do one where I'll send you $10 if you pass a grade 10 literacy test on stream. Or you can have my Katie Joy shirt. One or the other. One or the other. Coward. Chicken. She brings up random shit she may have heard or read somewhere to sound intelligent when all it does is make her look lost. And she knows! She knows it makes her look lost. That's why she just said she doesn't look good up here. I'm gonna get off my soapbox because I don't look good up here. Unreal. You know she's a fucking joke.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. There's one more thing I'm going to do, though. Shoot. Damn it.
Is she a chicken or
Oh
a
my
cock?
God, what is it with the mosquitoes here? I know it's getting evening time, but Jesus. Now I sprayed myself,
Why are you so
too.
pink?
Should not have mosquitoes swarming me. I know I'm coming. Just a minute. Comments.
In the arms of the angels, fly away
I'm
from
going to say hi to
here.
someone.
In this dark,
Mercy
cold
wasn't
hotel
room.
And the emptiness that you fear. Get so I forget the rest of the words. I have to look it up. I'm sorry.
All right, so I'm going to have to go ahead and end this. So I know who you are in my comments. I know you're there. I'm sorry. I promise I will get you next time I stream. I feel like an asshole. I meant to have this prepared before.
Oh my god!
I'm not having.
Adopt a lol cow today. Go subscribe to EKC People Suck.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you next Tuesday, Erin. Mommy's talking shit about the boring Minnesota health wife. I'll be there in a minute. Mom, they're posting weird shit again. Alright, well, I just thought it was funny that she wanted to do a bet and then immediately fucking ran off like a flat earther because she using the excuse that she thinks I can fucking time travel. Fucking lol. It's so stupid. Oh, thank you. I didn't embarrass myself that much. It's been a long time since I did a recorded audio, like singing audio. I'm so glad we skipped like the first like hour of this. Or like we only watched an hour because like so much of this is just her making dumb asinine points about nothing. But yeah, thanks for coming by on Monday. I'm off for the rest of the day. I have some IRL stuff to do. I have a birthday to attend. So unfortunately no rum and coke tonight. I'll see if I can replace rum and coke night next Monday. I read through the comment section, Manya. Yeah, you missed it. It's over. We're done for. Yeah, if you want, Manya, you can feel free to go live here if you want to talk about it yourself. I thought it was funny. I thought it was stupid. Tomorrow and the day after that, we are a CBD drink. I had some really good THC lemonade one time. It was fucking good. And a little bit of casual animal abuse again. That Erin thinks is haha tee funny. So I want to point out that we're on like 3 to 4 examples of Erin thinking animal abuse is a funny tee story to tell and something that she enjoys and laughs at, and I think that's fucking gross and needs to be she needs to have any animals in her vicinity removed from her, in my humble opinion. I don't think she deserves a platform. She can fuck off. And also she's a lol cow. So we'll be back on, I guess it's Moo Mondays. Lol cow Mondays. Let's go, I guess. Tomorrow and Wednesday and maybe Thursday we'll be doing the Project 2025. We're going one chapter at a time, so if you're interested in that, come on by. Friday is not Dumbfuck Friday. Friday is the Volcano Show, so join us for that. Like, subscribe, and all that fun shit. Become a member if you want your name up there. That changes every month. Hopefully I'll be opening the Patreon again soon. If you want to send me or Puck something, there are links down below to Throne or an Amazon wishlist. If you're interested in that. As well as... and there'll be art over on Twitch tomorrow. So, I'm a busy bee. I will see you soon. There is content for members as well coming out throughout the week. So if you are interested in that, it's mostly artwork and chatty times. So feel free to enjoy that. And I will put on this on our way as we're on our way out. Let me just see if I can grab like a better view of it here. I mean, it's not great, but hey, it's something. So feel free to go check this out. I don't know what it is, what this is going to be. This is something Mandy wanted me to play. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. Thank you so much for supporting, either financially or by chatting or liking and sharing and commenting on all that good shit. I'll see you guys in the comment section. And Erin should take up my $500 bet if she's got any kind of balls, which she does not. And we'll see you guys next time. Yeah, bye-bye.